Baldrick, what are you doing out there?
I'm carving something on this bullet, sir.
What are you carving?
I'm carving Baldrick, sir.
Why?
It's a cunning plan, actually.
Of course it is.
You see, you know they say that somewhere there's a bullet with your name on it.
Yes.
Well, I thought if I owned the bullet with my name on it, I'd never get hit by it. Because I won't ever shoot myself.
Oh, shame.
And the chances of there being 2 bullets with my name on them are very small indeed.
Yes, it's not the only thing around here that's very small indeed. Your brain, for example, is so minute, Baldrick, that if a hungry cannibal cracked your head open, there wouldn't be enough inside to cover a small water biscuit.
Tally-ho, pip-pip, and Bernard's your uncle.
In English we say good morning.
Look what I got for you, sir.
What?
It's the latest issue of King and Country. Oh, damn inspiring stuff. The magazine that tells the Tommies the truth about the war.
Or alternatively, the greatest work of fiction since Vows of Fidelity were included in the French marriage service.
Come, sir. Now, you can't deny that this fine newspaper is good for the morale of the men.
Certainly not. I just think that more can be achieved by giving them some real toilet paper.
Not with you at all, sir. What could any patriotic chap have against this magnificent mag?
Apart from his bottom? Well, look at it. I mean, the stuff's about as convincing as Dr. Crippen's defence lawyer. The British Tommies are all portrayed as 6'6" with biceps the size of Bournemouth.
Thoroughly inspiring stuff. And look, sir, this also just arrived for you this morning.
Do you know what this is, Lieutenant?
Oh, it's a good old service revolver.
Wrong. It's a brand new service revolver, which I've suspiciously been sent without asking for it. I smell something fishy. And I'm not talking about the contents of Baldrick's apple crumble.
That's funny, sir, because we didn't order those new trench climbing ladders either.
New ladders?
No, it came yesterday. I issued them to the men and they were absolutely thrilled. Isn't that right, men?
Yes, sir. First solid fuel we've had since we burned the cat.
Something's going on, and I think I can make an educated guess what it is. Something which you, George, would find hard to do.
True. Where I was at school, education could go hang as long as a boy could hit a 6, sing the school song very loud, and take a hot crumpet from behind without blubbing.
I, on the other hand, am a fully rounded human being, with a degree from the University of Life, a diploma from the School of Hard Knocks, and 3 gold stars from the kindergarten of getting the shit kicked out of me. And my instincts lead me to deduce that we are at last about to go over the top.
Great Stotter! You mean the moment's finally arrived for us to give Harry Hunn a darn good British-style thrashing, 6 of the best, trousers down?
Are we all going to get killed? Yes. Clearly, Field Marshal Haig is about to make yet another gargantuan effort to move his drinks cabinet 6 inches closer to Berlin.
Bravo-issimo! Well, let's make a start, eh? Up and over to glory. Last one in Berlin's a rotten egg.
Permission to speak, sir.
Granted, with a due sense of exhaustion and dread.
I have a cunning plan to get us out of getting killed, sir.
Oh, yes? What is it?
Cooking.
I see.
Well, you know Staff HQ's always on the lookout for good cooks. Well, we go over there, we cook them something, and we get out of the trenches that way.
Baldrick, it's a brilliant plan.
Is it?
Yes, it's superb.
Permission to write home immediately, sir. This is the first brilliant plan a Baldrick's ever had. For centuries we've tried, and they've always turned out to be total pig swill. My mother will be as pleased as Punch.
If only she were as good-looking as Punch, Baldrick. There is, however, one slight flaw in the plan.
Oh.
You're the worst cook in the entire world.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There are amoeba on Saturn who could boil a better egg than you. Your filet mignon in sauce béarnaise look like dog turds in glue.
That's because they are.
Your plum duff tastes like it's a molehill decorated with rabbit droppings.
I thought you wouldn't notice.
And your cream custard has the texture of cat's vomit.
Again, it's...
If you were to serve up one of your meals in Staff HQ, you'd be arrested for the greatest mass poisoning since Lucretia Borgia invited 500 of her close friends round for a wine and anthrax party. No, we'll have to think of a better plan than that.
Right, how about a nice meal while you chew it over?
What's on the menu?
Rat. Sauté or fricassee?
Oh, the agony of choice. Sautéed involved?
Well, you take the freshly shaved rat and you marinate it in a puddle for a while.
Mm-hmm. For how long?
Till it's drowned. Then you stretch it out under a hot light bulb. Then you get within dashing distance of the latrine and you scoff it right down.
So that's sautéing and fricasseing?
Exactly the same, just a slightly bigger rat.
Well, call me old Mr. Unadventurous, but I think I'll give it a miss this one.
Fair enough, sir. More for the rest of us, eh, sir?
Absolutely, Private. Tally-ho, boff, boff.
Hello, the Savoy Grill. No, it's you. Yes. Yes, I'll be over in 40 minutes.
Who was it then, sir?
Strangely enough, Ulrich, it was Pope Gregory the Ninth, inviting me for drinks aboard his steam yacht, the Saucy Sue, currently wintering in Montego Bay with the England cricket team and the Balinese goddess of plenty.
Really?
No, not really. I've been ordered to HQ. No doubt that idiot General Melchett is about to offer me some attractive new opportunities to have my brains blown out for Britain. What do you want, darling?
It's Captain, darling, to you. General Melchett wants to see you about a highly important secret mission.
What's going on, darling?
Captain Blackadder to see you, sir.
Ah, excellent. Just a short back and sides today, I think, please.
Yes, sir. That's Corporal Black, sir. Captain Blackadder is here about the other matter, sir, the secret matter.
Ah, yes, the special mission. At ease, Blackadder. Now, what I'm about to tell you is absolutely tip-top secret. Is that clear?
It is, sir.
Now, I've compiled a list of those with security clearance. Have you got it, darling?
Yes, sir.
Read it, please.
It's top security, sir. I think that's all the captain needs to know.
George, let's hear the list in full.
Very well, sir. List of personnel cleared for Mission Gainsborough, as dictated by General C.H. Melchett. You and me, darling, obviously. Field Marshal Haig, Field Marshal Haig's wife, all Field Marshal Haig's wife's friends, their family servants, their family servants' tennis partners, and some chap I bumped into in the mess the other day called Bernard.
So, it's maximum security, is that clear?
Quite clear, sir. Only myself and the rest of the English-speaking world is to know.
Good man. Now, Field Marshal Haig has formulated a brilliant new tactical plan to ensure final victory in the field.
Ah. Will this brilliant plan involve us climbing out of our trenches and walking very slowly towards the enemy, sir?
How could you possibly know that, Blackadder? It's classified information.
It's the same plan that we used last time, and the 17 times before that.
Exactly. And that is what is so brilliant about it. It will catch the watchful Hun totally off guard. Doing precisely what we've done 18 times before is exactly the last thing they'll expect us to do this time. There is, however, one small problem.
That everyone always gets slaughtered in the first 10 seconds.
That's right. And Field Marshal Haig is worried that this may be depressing the men attached. So, he's looking to find a way to cheer them up.
Well, his resignation and suicide would seem the obvious.
Interesting thought. Make a note of it, darling. Take a look at this. I'm sure you know it. King and Country.
Ah, yes. Without question, my favourite magazine. Soft, strong, and thoroughly absorbent.
Stop, old Blackadder. Now, I thought it would be right up your alley. Now, Field Marshal Haig's plan is this. To commission a man to do an especially stirring painting for the cover of the next issue, so as to really inspire the men for the final push. What I want you to do, Blackadder, is to labour night and day to find a first-rate artist from amongst your men.
Impossible, sir. I know from long experience that my men have all the artistic talent of a cluster of colour-blind hedgehogs in a bag.
Well, that's a bit of a blow. We needed a man to leave the trenches immediately.
Leave the trenches? Yes. I wonder if you've enjoyed, as I have, sir, that marvellous painting in the National Portrait Gallery, Bag Interior, by the colourblind hedgehog workshop of Siena.
I'm sorry, are you saying you can find us a man?
I think I can. And might I suggest, sir, that having left the trenches, it might be a good idea to post our man to Paris in order to soak up a little of the artistic atmosphere, perhaps even Tahiti, I don't know, so as to produce a real masterpiece.
Yes, but can you find the man?
Now I know I can, sir. Before you can say sunflowers, I'll have Vincent van Gogh standing before you.
No, don't stop, sir. It's coming. It's definitely coming. I just wonder whether 2 socks and a hand grenade is really the sort of thing that covers that king and country are made of.
There will be when I've painted them being shoved up the Kaiser's backside.
Now this is interesting.
What is?
Well, Private Baldrick is obviously a bit of an impressionist.
The only decent impression he can do is of a man with no talent. What's it called, Baldrick? The Vomiting Cavalier?
No, sir. That's not supposed to be vomit. It's dabs of light.
No, it's vomit.
So, why did you choose that?
You told me to, sir.
Did I?
Yeah, you told me to paint whatever comes from within. So I did my breakfast. Look, there's a little tomato.
Goodness. If only I'd paid attention in nursery art class instead of spending my entire time manufacturing papier-mâché willies to frighten Sarah Ross.
You know, it's funny, but painting was the only thing I was ever any good at.
Well, it's a pity you didn't keep it up.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did, actually. I mean, normally, of course, I wouldn't show them to anyone because they're just embarrassing daubs, really. But, you know, they give me pleasure. Embarrassed to show them to you now, as it happens. But there you go. For what they're worth, to be honest, I should have my hands cut off. I mean,
George, these are brilliant. Why didn't you tell us about these before?
Well, you know, it doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet.
You might at least have told us you had a trumpet. These paintings could spell my way out of the trenches.
Yours?
That's right, ours. All we have to do is paint something heroic to appeal to the simple-minded Tommy. Over to you, Baldrick.
How about a noble Tommy standing with a look of horror and disgust over the body of a murdered nun what's been brutally done over by a nasty old German?
Excellent. I can see it now. The nun and the Hun.
No time to lose. George, set up your easel. Baldrick and I will pose. This is going to be art's greatest moment since Mona Lisa sat down and told Leonardo da Vinci she was in a slightly odd mood. Baldrick, you lie down in the mud and be the nun.
I'm not lying down there, it's all wet.
Well, let's put it this way. Either you lie down and get wet, or you knock down and get a broken nose.
Actually, it's not that wet, is it?
No.
What are you going to be then, sir? The noble Tommy?
Precisely. Standing over the body of the ravaged nun.
I want a wimple.
Well, you should have gone before we started the picture.
You know, the funny thing is, my father was a nun.
No, he wasn't.
He was so, sir. I know, because whenever he was up in court and the judge used to say occupation, he'd say nun.
Right, you ready?
Oh, just about, sir, yes. If you'd just like to pop your clothes on the stool.
I'm sorry?
Just pop your clothes on the stool over there.
You mean you want me tackle out?
So, yes.
If I can remind you of the realities of battle, George, one of the first things that everyone notices is that all the protagonists have got their clothes on. Neither we nor the Hun favour fighting our battles au naturel.
Sir, it's artistic license. It's willing suspension of disbelief.
Well, I'm not having anyone staring in disbelief at my willy suspension. Now get on and paint the bloody thing sharpish. Brilliant, George. It's a masterpiece. The wimple suits you, Baldrick.
But it completely covers my face.
Exactly. Now then, General Melchett will be here at any moment. When he arrives, leave the talking to me, all right? I like to keep an informal trench, as you know, but today you must only speak with my express permission. Is that clear? Is that clear? Permission to speak.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely. Dug out! Attention!
Excellent. At ease. Now then, Blackadder, where would you like me to sit? I thought just a simple trim of the moustache today, nothing drastic.
Yes, sir. We hear about the paintings.
Oh, yes, of course. Good Lord, George! How are you, my boy? I said, how are you?
Permission to speak.
Oh, absolutely top holes are with a yin and a yang and a yippity-doo.
Splendid! And your Uncle Bertie sends his regards. I told him you could have a week off in April. Don't want you missing the boat race, do we?
Permission to speak.
Certainly not. Permission to sing boisterously, sir.
If you must.
Row, row, row your punt gently down the stream. Belts off, trousers down, isn't life a scream?
Fabulous. University education. You can't beat it.
Bravo. Now, what have we here? Name?
Permission to speak.
Baldrick, sir.
Go tally-ho, yippity-dap and zing-zang spillet. Looking forward to bullying off for the final chucker?
Permission to speak. Answer the General, Baldrick.
I can't answer him, sir. I don't know what he's talking about.
Are you looking forward to the big push?
No, sir, I'm absolutely terrified.
The healthy humour of the honest Tommy. Don't worry, my boy. If you should falter, remember that Captain Darling and I are behind you.
About 35 miles behind.
Right, well, stand by your beds. Let's have a look at this artist of yours, Blackadder. Next to me, darling.
Thank you, sir.
Have you found someone?
Yes, sir. I think I have. None other than young George here.
Oh, bravo.
Well, let's have a shufty then.
It's simply called War.
Damn silly title, George. Looks more like a couple of socks and a stick of pineapple to me.
Permission to speak, sir.
I think not, actually.
Right, right. If what happens when you open your mouth is anything like what happens when you open your paint box, we'll all be drenched in phlegm. Oh, no, this isn't what we're looking for at all, is it, darling?
No, sir.
No, sir.
There is. This, sir, it's Private Baldrick's. He's called it My Family and Other Animals.
Oh, good Lord, no.
Well, I'm afraid that's about it, sir. Apart from this little thing.
Ah, now that's more like it.
Who painted this, Blackadder?
Well, actually, it was me.
Permission to speak really quite urgently, sir.
Damn and blast your goggly eyes, will you stop interrupting, George? No, this is excellent. Congratulations, man. Oh, it's totally inspiring. Makes you wonder, jump over the top and yell, "Yah, boo, sucks to you, Fritzy."
Thank you, sir.
Are you sure you did this, Blackadder?
Of course, I'm sure.
I'm afraid I don't believe you.
How dare you, darling? Well, I can't let that slur pass. What possible low, suspicious, slanderous reason could this office boy have for thinking that I didn't paint the picture?
Well, 3 reasons, as a matter of fact. Firstly, you're in it.
It's a self-portrait.
Secondly, you told us you couldn't paint.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet.
Permission?
Denied.
And thirdly, it's signed George.
Well spotted. But not signed George. Dedicated to George. King George. Gentlemen, the King.
The King!
Where?
Bravo, Blackadder. I have absolutely no hesitation in appointing you our official regimental artist. You're a damn fine chap. Not a pin-pushing, desk-sucking blotter-jotter like Darling here. Eh, darling?
No, sir.
No, sir. Well, accompany us back to HQ immediately.
Get shut! Permission to jolly well speak right now, sir. Otherwise I might just burst like a bloody balloon.
Later, George. Much later.
Congratulations on your new appointment, Blackadder.
Thank you, sir.
And may I say, Blackadder, I'm particularly pleased about it.
Are you?
Oh, yes.
Now that you are our official war artist, we can give you the full briefing. The fact is, Blackadder, that the King and Country cover story was just a cover story. We want you, as our top painting bod, to leave the trenches.
Good.
Tonight.
Suits me.
And go out into no man's land.
No man's land.
Yes.
Not Paris.
No. We want you to come back with accurate drawings of the enemy positions.
You want me to sit in no man's land painting pictures of the Germans?
Precisely. Good man.
Well, it's a very attractive proposition, gentlemen, but unfortunately not practical. You see, my medium is light. It'll be pitch dark. I won't be able to see a thing.
That is a point. I tell you what, we'll send up a couple of flares. You'll be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Glad I checked.
All right, total and utter quiet. Do you understand? So, for instance, if any of us crawl over any barbed wire, they must on no account go, ah! You've just crawled over some barbed wire, sir? No, Baldrick, I've just put my elbow in a blob of ice cream. Oh, that's all right. Now, where the hell are we?
Well, it's a bit difficult to say. We appear to have crawled into an area marked with mushrooms.
What do those symbols denote?
That we're in a field of mushrooms?
Lieutenant, that is a military map. It is unlikely to list interesting flora and fungi. Look at the key and you'll discover that those mushrooms aren't for picking.
Good Lord, you're quite right, sir. It says mine. So, these mushrooms must belong to the man who made the map.
Either that, or we're in the middle of a mine field. Oh, dear.
So, he owns the field as well.
Yes, thank you, Lieutenant. If they hit me, you'll be sure to point it out, won't you? Now, come on, get on with your drawing and let's get out of here.
Well, surely we ought to wait for the flares, sir. You see, my medium is light.
Just use your imagination, for heaven's sake. Wait a minute. That's the answer. What? I can't believe I've been so stupid. Yeah, that is unusual, because usually I'm the stupid one.
Well, I'm not over-furnished in the brain department.
Yes, well, on this occasion, I've been stupidest of all. We'll go straight back to the dugout and do the painting from there. You do the most imaginative, most exciting possible drawing of German defences from your imagination.
Oh, I see, now that is a challenge.
Well, quite. Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, sir, just one thing. If we should happen to tread on a mine, what do we do?
Well, normal procedure, Lieutenant, is to jump 200 feet into the air and scatter yourself over a wide area.
Are you sure this is what you saw, Blackadder?
Absolutely. I mean, there may have been a few more armament factories and not quite as many elephants, but...
Well, you know what this means?
If it's true, sir, we'll have to cancel the push.
Exactly.
Damn!
What a nuisance.
Exactly what the enemy would expect us to do, and therefore exactly what we shan't do.
Now...
If we attack where the line is strongest, then Fritz will think that our reconnaissance is a total shambles. This will lull him into a sense of full security. And then next week, we can attack where the line is actually badly defended and win the greatest victory since the Winchester flower arranging team beat Harrow by 12 sore bottoms to 1.
Tell me, have you ever visited the planet Earth, sir?
So, best fighting trousers on, Blackadder.
Permission to shout bravo at an annoyingly loud volume, sir.
Permission granted.
Bravo!
That's the spirit. Just your kind of caper, eh, Blackadder?
Oh, yes.
Good luck against those elephants.
Got me a chisel and some marble, will you, Baldrick?
Oh, you're taking up sculpture now, sir.
No, I thought I'd get my headstone done.
What are you going to put on it?
Here lies Edmund Blackadder, and he's bloody annoyed.
Are we going over, are we, sir?
Yes, we are. Unless I can think of some brilliant plan.
Would you like some rat-o-van to help you think?
Rat-o-van.
Yeah, it's rat that's been run over
by a van. No, thank you, Baldrick. although it gives me an idea. Telephone, please.
I suppose Blackadder and his boys will have gone over the top by now, sir.
Yes, God, I wish I was out there with them, dodging the bullets instead of having to sit here drinking this Chateau Lafite and eating these filet mignon with sauce béarnaise.
My thoughts exactly, sir. Damn this Chateau Lafite.
He's a very brave man, Blackadder. And, of course, that lieutenant of his, George. Cambridge man, you know. His Uncle Bertie and I used to break wind for our college. Slightly, unusual taste, this sauce béarnaise.
Yes. And to be quite frank, these mignons are a little, well...
What?
Well, dungy.
What on earth's wrong with our cook?
Well, it's a rather strange story, sir.
No? Tell.
Well, sir, I received a phone call this afternoon from Pope Gregory IX telling me that our cook had been selected for the England cricket team and must set sail for the West Indies immediately.
Really?
Barely a moment later, the phone rang again. It was a trio of wandering Italian chefs who happened to be in the area offering their services. So I had the quartermaster take them on at once.
Oh, jumping Julius! Are you sure these are real raisins in this plum duff?
Oh, yes, I'm sure they are, sir. Everything will be all right once the cream custard arrives.
All jolly good fun, sir, but dash it all, we appear to have missed the big push.
Oh, damn, so we have. One thing puzzles me, Baldrick. How did you manage to get so much custard out of such a small cat? You'd like to book a table for 3 by the window for 9:30 p.m., not too near the band, in the name of Oberleutnant von Gentschler. Yes. I think you might have the wrong number. That's all right.
Another cross line here, sir. That phone system is a shambles. No wonder we haven't had any orders.
On the contrary, George, we've had plenty of orders. We've had orders for 6 meters of Hungarian crushed velvet curtain material, 4 rock salmon and a ha'porth of chips, and a cab for a Mr. Redgrave picking up from 14 Arnos Grove, Ring Top Bell.
Sir, but we don't want those sort of orders. We want orders to death or glory. When are we going to give Fritz a taste of our British spunk?
George, please. No one is more anxious to advance than I am, but until they get these communication problems sorted out, I'm afraid we're stuck. Captain Blackadder speaking. No, I'm afraid the line's very...
Hello? Hello, Captain Blackadder, hello?
Schnell, Kartoffelkopf.
I said, there's a terrible line at my end. You're to advance on the enemy at once.
A wandering minstrel, I Gale Force 8.
Oh, so come on, sir, what's the message? I'm on tenterhooks, do tell.
Well, as far as I can tell, the message was he's got a terrible lion up his end, so there's an advantage to an enema at once.
Damn.
Message from HQ, sir.
Ah, now this'll be it. A telegram ordering in advance.
Yes, I'm afraid not, George. It is a telegram, it is ordering in advance, but it seems to be addressed to someone called Captain Blackadder. Do you know a Captain Blackadder, George?
Well, it rings a bell, but no.
No, me neither.
Oh, well.
Don't worry, George. I'm sure if they want to contact us, they'll find a way.
Pigeon, sir. Pigeon. There's a pigeon in our trench.
Ah, now this'll be it. Yes, it's one of the King's carrier pigeons.
No, it isn't. That pigeon couldn't carry the king. Hasn't got a tray or anything.
Lieutenant, revolver, please.
Oh, now, sir, you really shouldn't do this, you know.
Come on, George. With 50,000 men getting killed a week, who's going to miss a pigeon?
Well, not you, obviously, sir.
In any case, it's scarcely a court-martial offence. Get plucking, Baldrick.
All right, sir. Look, it's got a little ring round its leg. There's a novelty.
Oh, really? Is there a paper hat as well?
No, but there's a joke. Read it out, sir.
Well, it's a bit shard. There's a something at once. P.S. Due to communication crisis, the shooting of carrier pigeons is now a court-martial offence. I don't see what's funny about that, sir.
It's not funny. It's deadly serious. We're in trouble. So I shall eat the evidence for lunch. And if anyone asks you any questions at all, we didn't receive any messages, and we definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon. Delicious.
Hey, Blackadder! Attention! And why, Captain, are you not advancing across no man's land?
Well, sir, called me a bluff old traditionalist, but I was always taught to wait for the order to attack before attacking.
You trying to tell me you haven't received any orders? What the hell are you playing at, darling?
That's a blatant lie, sir. I spoke to Blackadder less than an hour ago.
Yes, you did, to tell me some gobbledygook about having a lion up your bottom.
As I thought, it's the old communications problem again. Stand easy. Action on this is imperative. Take that down, darling.
Yes.
Also, make a note of the word gobbledygook. I like it. I want to use it more often in conversation.
Yes, sir. I must say, sir, I find this all very unlikely. Not only did I telephone Blackadder, but as you'll recall, we sent him a telegram and a carrier pigeon.
Did you?
Are you telling us you haven't had a pigeon, Blackadder?
Come on, man, you must have done. I sent our top bird, Speckled Jim, my own true love, who's been with me since I was a nipper. To business. I'm giving you your order to advance now. Synchronize watches, gentlemen. Private, what is the time?
We didn't receive any messages, and Captain Blackadder definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon, sir.
What?
You want to be cremated, Mulrick, or buried at sea?
Oh, Lieutenant,
Sir.
do you mind answering a couple of questions?
Not at all, sir. We didn't get any messages. Captain Blackadder definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon.
Yes, George.
And look, sir, pigeon feathers. White feathers. Very apt, eh, Blackadder?
White feathers?
Oh, no, sir, that's gobbledygook. They're not white, they're sort of speckly.
Speckly? Ah! You shot my Speckled Jim!
You're for it now, Blackadder. Quite frankly, sir, I've suspected this for some time. Quite clearly, Captain Blackadder has been disobeying orders with a breathtaking impertinence.
I don't care if he's been rogering the Duke of York with a prize-winning leak. He shot my pigeon!
Easy, take it easy, sir. I think we should do this by the book, sir.
Yes, you're right, of course. I'm sorry. Attention!
Captain Blackadder, as of this moment, you may consider yourself under arrest. Do you know what the penalty is for disobeying orders, Blackadder?
Court-martial followed by immediate cessation of chocolate rations?
No. Court-martial followed by immediate death by firing squad.
Oh, so I got it half right.
settled in and happy, are we then, sir? Written all our last goodbyes.
Oh, no need for that, Perkins. I've just dashed off a couple of notes, one asking for a sponge bag, and the other sending for my lawyer.
Oh, your lawyer, yes, sir. Now, don't you think that might be a bit of a waste of money, sir?
Not when he's the finest mind in English legal history. Ever heard of Bob Massingbird?
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. A most gifted gentleman.
Quite. I remember Massingbird's most famous case, the case of the bloody knife. A man was found next to a murdered body. He had the knife in his hand. 13 witnesses had seen him stab the victim. And when the police arrived, he said, "I'm glad I killed the bastard." Massingbird not only got him off, he got him knighted in the New Year's honours list, and the relatives of the victim had to pay to have the blood washed out of his jacket.
And he's a dab hand at the prosecution as well, sir.
Yes, well, look at Oscar Wilde.
Oh, Butch Oscar.
A big, bearded, bonking Butch Oscar. The terror of the ladies, 114 illegitimate children, world heavyweight boxing champion, and author of the best-selling pamphlet, Why I Like to Do It With Girls. And Massingbird had him sent down for being a whoopsie. Baldrick, anything from Massingbird yet?
Yes, sir, just arrived, sir.
What is it?
A sponge bag, sir.
A sponge bag.
Yes, sir.
Baldrick, I gave you 2 notes. You sent the note asking for a sponge bag to the finest mind in English legal history.
Certainly did, sir.
And you sent the note requesting legal representation to...
Well, tally-ho with a bing and a ball and a buzz, buzz, buzz.
Oh, God.
I say, first of all, sir, that I am deeply, deeply honoured.
Baldrick, I'll deal with you later. Am I to understand that you are going to represent me at the court-martial?
Absolutely, sir. Well, it's a sort of family tradition, really. My uncle's a lawyer, you know.
Your uncle's a lawyer, but you're not.
Oh, good Lord, no. No. I'm an absolute duffer at this sort of thing, no. In the school debating society, I was voted the boy least likely to complete a coherent...
Sentence?
That's it, yes. But anyway, my dear old friend, it's an honour to serve.
George, I'm in deep trouble here. I need to construct a case that's as watertight as a mermaid's brassiere. I'm not sure your particular brand of mindless optimism is going to contribute much to the proceedings.
Well, that's a shame, sir, because I was planning on playing the mindless optimism card pretty strongly during the trial.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, I've already planned my closing address based on that very theme. Oh, go on, let him off, Your Honour, please. After all, it's a lovely day, pretty clouds, trees, birds, etc. I rest my case.
So, counsel, with that summing up in mind, what do you think my chances are?
Well, not all that good, I'm afraid. As far as I can tell, you're as guilty as a puppy sitting next to a pile of poo.
Charming.
I'm so sorry I'm late, my love. But anyway, let me open my defence straight away by saying that I've known this man for 3 years. He's an absolutely corking chap.
George.
Yes, sir?
That's the clerk of the court.
Is it? Oh.
We haven't started yet.
Good luck, Blackadder.
Well, thank you, darling. And what's your big job here today? Straightening chairs?
No. In fact, I'm appearing for the prosecution. I wouldn't raise your hopes too much. You're guilty as hell. You haven't got a chance.
Why, thank you, darling. And I hope your mother dies in a freak yachting accident.
Just doing my job, Blackadder. Obeying orders. And, of course, having enormous fun into the bargain.
I wouldn't be too confident if I were you. Any reasonably impartial judge is bound to let me off.
Well, absolutely.
Who is the judge, by the way?
Dead!
I'm dead.
Come on, then, come on. Get this over in 5 minutes. We can have a spot of lunch. Right. The court is now in session. General Sir Anthony Cecil Hogmanay Melchett in the chair. The case before us is that of the Crown versus Captain Edmund Blackadder, the Flanders pigeon murderer. Clark, hand me the black cap, shall you? I'll be needing that. Thank you.
I love a fair trial.
Anything to say before we kick off, Captain Darling?
May it please the court. As this is clearly an open and shut case, I beg leave to bring a private prosecution against the defence counsel for wasting the court's time.
Granted. The defence counsel is fined £50 for turning up.
This is fun. This is just like a real court.
Right, let the trial begin. The charge before us. is that the Flanders pigeon murderer did deliberately, callously, and with beastliness aforethought, murder a lovely, innocent pigeon. And disobeyed some orders as well. Is this true?
Perfectly true, sir. I was there.
Thanks, George.
Damn.
Right, counsel for the defence. Get on with it.
Oh, right. Yes, right. Yes. I'd like to call my first witness Captain Darling.
You wish to call the counsel for the prosecution as a defence witness?
That's right. Don't worry, sir. I've got it all under control. You are Captain Darling of the General Staff?
I am.
Would you think of Captain Blackadder as the sort of man who would usually ignore orders?
Yes, I would.
You sure? I was rather banking on you saying no there.
I'm sure. In fact, I have a list of other orders he's disobeyed, if it would be useful. May the 16th, 9:15 a.m., 10:23 a.m., 10:24 a.m., 11:17 a.m.
You missed one out there.
10:30 a.m., 11:46 a.m.
George! Oh, yes, thank you, Captain. No further questions.
Well done, George. You really had him on the ropes, right?
Don't worry, old man. I have a last, and I think you'll find decisive witness. Call Private Baldrick. Call Private Baldrick.
Deny everything, Baldrick.
Are you Private Baldrick?
No!
But you are Captain Blackadder's Batman.
No!
Come on, Baldrick, be a bit more helpful. It's me.
No, it isn't.
Sir, I must protest.
Quite right. We don't need your kind here, Private. Get out. Now, George, sum up, please.
Right, yes. Gentlemen, you have heard all the evidence presented before you today, but in the end, it is up to the conscience of your hearts to decide. And I firmly believe that, like me, you will conclude that Captain Blackadder is, in fact, totally and utterly guilty. Of nothing more than trying to do his duty under difficult circumstances.
Nonsense. He's a hound and a rotter and he's going to be shot. Before we proceed to the formality of sentencing the deceased, I mean the defence, I think we'd all rather enjoy hearing the case for the prosecution, Captain Darling, if you please.
Sir, my case is very simple. I call my first witness General Sir Anthony Cecil Hogmanay Melchett.
Clever.
General, did you own a lovely, plump, speckly pigeon called Speckled Jim, which you hand-reared from a chick and which was your only childhood friend?
Yes, I did.
And did Captain Blackadder shoot the aforementioned pigeon?
Yes, he did.
Can you see Captain Blackadder anywhere in this courtroom?
That's him! That's the man!
No more questions, sir.
Splendid, excellent, first class. The way, come on. I therefore have absolutely no hesitation in announcing that the sentence of this court is that you, Captain Edmund Blackadder, be taken from this place and suffer death by shooting tomorrow at dawn. Do you have anything to say?
Yes. Could I have an alarm call, please?
Happy to see you, Captain.
What does he look like?
Short, ugly.
Hello, Baldrick.
I'll pour you some food, sir, for your final breakfast tomorrow.
Ah, so you're not pinning much hope on a last-minute reprieve, then?
No, sir, you are as dead as some doo-doos.
The expression, Baldrick, is as a dodo. Dead as a dodo.
Well, I'll leave you to it then, shall I?
Do not despair, sir. All my talk of food was just a dead herring. In fact, I have a cunning plan. This is not food, but an escape kit.
Good Lord! With a saw, a hammer, a chisel, a gun, a change of clothes, a Swiss passport, and a huge false moustache, I may just stand a chance.
Ah.
Let's see, what have we here? A small painted wooden duck.
Yeah, I thought if you get caught near water, you can balance it on the top of your head as a brilliant disguise.
Yes, I would, of course, have to escape first. Ah, but what's this? Unless I'm much mistaken, a hammer and a chisel.
You are much mistaken.
A pencil and a miniature trumpet.
Yeah, a pencil so you can drop me a postcard to tell me how the breakout went, and a small little tiny miniature trumpet in case during your escape you have to win favour with a difficult child.
I don't want to spend my last precious hours rummaging through this feeble collection of stocking fillers. Let me just ask you some simple questions. Is there a saw in this bag?
No.
A hammer?
No.
A chisel?
No.
A gun?
No.
A false passport?
No.
A change of clothes?
Yes, sir, of course. I wouldn't forget a change of clothes.
Ah, well, that's something. Let's see. A Robin Hood costume.
Yeah, I put in a French peasant's outfit first, but then I thought, what if you arrive in a French peasant's village and they're in the middle of a fancy dress party?
And what if I arrive in a French peasant village dressed in a Robin Hood costume and there isn't a fancy dress party?
Well, to be quite frank, sir, I didn't consider that eventuality. Because if you did, you'd stick out like a...
Like a man standing in a lake with a small painted wooden duck on his head?
Exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
All right. Thank you, Baldrick. We'll finish this picnic later.
Yum, yum.
Do you mind if I disturb you for a moment, sir?
No, not at all. My diary's pretty empty this week. Let's see. Thursday morning, get shot. Yes, that's about it, actually.
Oh, good. It's just there's a few chaps out here would like a bit of a chin wag.
Oh, lovely. Always keen to meet new people.
Corporal Jones and Privates Fraser, Robinson and Tipplewhite.
Hello, Private. Hello. Well, nice of you to drop by. And what do you do?
We're your firing squad, sir.
Of course you are.
Good-sized chest. Shut up, lad. Sir. You see, us firing squads are a bit like taxmen, sir. Everyone hates us, but we're just doing our job, ain't we, lads?
My heart bleeds for you.
Well, sir, we aim to please. Just a little firing squad joke there, sir.
You see, sir, we take pride in the terminatory service we supply. So is there any particular area you'd like us to go for? Huh? We can aim anywhere.
Well, in that case, just above my head might be a good spot.
You see, a laugh and a smile, and all of a sudden the job doesn't seem quite so bad after all, does it, sir? It's a lovely roomy forehead.
Yeah, good pulsing jugular there as well.
Look, I'm sorry. I know you mean to be friendly, but I hope you won't take it amiss if I ask you to sod off and die.
No, fair enough. Of course not, sir. No one likes being shot first thing in the morning, do they, lads? Of course not. No. So, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, sir. You'll have a blindfold on, of course, but you'll recognise me. I'm the one that says, ready, aim, fire.
Could I ask you to leave a pause between the word aim and the word fire? 30 or 40 years, perhaps.
I wish I could pause, sir. I really wish I could, but I can't, you see. Because I'm a gabbler, me, you see. No style, no finesse. But, you know, gets the job done, don't it, lads? That's it, go on then, lads. Whoever gets closest to the mole gets to keep his gold teeth.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, sleep well, sir.
Perfect. I wonder if anything on earth could depress me more.
Excuse me, sir.
Of course it could.
I forgot to give you this letter from Lieutenant George, sir.
Ah. Oh, joy. What wise words from the world's greatest defence council. Dear Mother. Unusual start. Thanks for the case of scotch. You've excelled yourself, Baldrick. You brought the wrong letter again.
Oh, yeah, he did write too.
Yes, his mother's about to get a note telling her he's sorry she's going to be shot in the morning. While I have to read this drivel. Hope Celia thrives in the Pony Club trials and that little Freddie scores a century for the first 11. You can't deny it's a riveting read. Send my love to Uncle Rupert. Who'd have thought it? Mad Uncle Rupert, Minister of War, with power of life and death over every bally soldier in the army. Hang on a minute. This is it. All George has to do is send him a telegram and he'll get me off. Baldrick, I love you. I want to kiss your cherry lips and nibble your shell-like ears. I'm free.
Sir!
Oh, hello, Private. How's the captain?
He's absolutely fine, sir, but...
You're just trying to cheer me up. I know the truth. He hates me because I completely arsed up his defence.
Yes, I know, sir.
Because I'm thick, you see. I'm as thick as the big print version of the complete works of Charles Dickens.
Yes,
If
sir.
only I could have saved him, if only!
But you can, sir.
What? How?
You send a telegram.
Of course I'd send a telegram!
Yeah.
Who to?
To the person in the letter.
What letter?
To your mother.
I sent a telegram to my mother!
No!
No!
You send a telegram in the person in the letter to your mother.
Well, who is in the letter to my mother?
I can't remember.
Well, think!
No, you think.
What? Celia! Of course, the Pony Club trials, yes! Celia could leap over the walls of the prison and save him!
No!
Yeah, cricket! Yes, I've got cousin Freddie, of course! He can knock out the firing squad with his cricket bat!
No, someone else!
Well, who?
I don't know!
Well, neither do I!
What thing?
Well, you think?
You think, sir!
I'm stuck! No, it hasn't helped.
Yes, it has, sir. You're Uncle Rupert, who's just been made Minister of War.
Of course, Uncle Rupert's just been made the Minister of War, Baldrick. I'll send him a telegram and he'll pull strings and scratch backs and fiddle with knobs and get the captain off.
Hooray!
Oh, well, we got there in the end, eh, Baldrick?
Oh, just about, sir.
Well, I think this calls for a celebration, don't you? What about a tot of old moorhen's shredded sporran, which Mumsy's just sent me? I think a toast, don't you, to Captain Blackadder and freedom.
Captain Blackadder and freedom, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
I must say, Captain, I've got to admire your balls.
Perhaps later. So, boys, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Captain.
Robinson, good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir.
Corporal, how's the voice?
Excellent, sir.
Wait for it!
So, the phone's on the hook, isn't it, Perkins?
Oh, yes, sir.
Splendid. So, where do you want me?
Well, up against the wall is traditional, sir.
Of course it is. This side or the other side? No messengers waiting, Perkins?
Oh, I'm afraid not, sir.
Fair enough.
All right, lads, line up.
Yes, now look, I think there might have been a bit of a misunderstanding here. You see, I was expecting a telegram. Quite an important one, actually. I think that's what they call the nick of time.
Let it hold, Captain.
Of course it is. Read it, please.
Here's looking at you. Love from all the boys in the firing squad.
You soft bastard, you!
I saw the card, I couldn't resist it.
How thoughtful.
Attention!
Now look, something has gone spectacularly badly wrong.
Taken!
Baldrick, you're mincemeat.
Oh, my head. Oh, my head. Feels like the time I was initiated into the Silly Bugger Society at Cambridge. I misheard the rules and pushed a whole aubergine into my ear hole.
Permission to die, sir.
What started us drinking? Oh, yes, well, we were celebrating getting Captain Blackadder off scot-free. Oh, my sainted trousers, we forgot!
Oh, whoops.
Oh, no, he's dead, you see? He's dead, because we're a pair of selfish so-and-so. Oh, God, if I had a rope, I'd put it round my neck and bally well hang myself until it really hurt.
Morning, George. Morning, Warwick. Still a striking resemblance to guppy fish at feeding time. Yep, it arrived in the nick of time.
Oh, excellent.
So you've got the scotch out, anyway.
Well, of course, yes. We wanted to lay on a bit of a bash for your safe return. There you go.
There was a second telegram arrived, actually, George, addressed to you personally from your uncle.
Oh, thank you.
George, my boy, outraged to read in dispatches of how that arse Melchett made such a pig's ear of your chum Blackadder's court-martial. Have reversed the decision forthwith. Surprised you didn't ask me to do it yourself, actually. Now, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yes, well, you see, sir, the thing is...
You two got whammed last night, didn't you?
Oh, well, no, not whammed exactly. A little tiddly, perhaps.
And you forgot the telegram to your uncle.
No, well, no, not completely. I mean, partially. Well, yes, entirely, yes.
I think I can explain, sir.
Can you, Baldrick?
No.
As I suspected. Now, I'm not a religious man, as you know, but henceforth I shall nightly pray to the God that killed Cain and squashed Samson that he comes out of retirement and gets back into practice on the pair of you. Captain Blackadder. Ah, Captain Darling. Well, you know, some of us just have friends in high places, I suppose. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. You want what? You want 2 volunteers for a mission into no man's land. Code name... Operation Certain Death. Yes, I think I have just the fellows. God is very quick these days.
Cheesed off, sir?
George, the day this war began, I was cheesed off. Within 10 minutes of you turning up, I finished the cheese and moved on to the coffee and cigars. And at this late stage, I'm in a cab with 2 lady companions on my way to the Pink Pussycat in Lower Regent Street.
Well, because if you are cheesed off, sir, you know what would cheer you up? And that's a Charlie Chaplin film. Oh, I love old chappers. Don't you, Cap?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. I find this film's about as funny as getting an arrow through the neck and then discovering there's a gas bill tied to it.
Oh, beg pardon, sir, but come off. His films are bull-beltingly funny.
Rubbish.
Well, all right, well, let's consult the men for a casting vote, shall we, Baldrick?
Sir.
Charlie Chaplin, Baldrick, what do you make of him?
Oh, sir, he's as funny as a vegetable that's grown into a rude and amusing shape, sir.
So you agree with me? Not at all funny.
Oh, come on, Skipper, play fair. In that last film of his, when he kicked that fellow in the backside, I thought I'd die.
Well, if that's your idea of comedy, we can provide our own without expending a halfpenny for the privilege. There, do you find that funny?
Oh, no, of course not, sir. But you see, Chaplin is a genius.
He certainly is a genius, George. He invented a way of getting paid $1 million a year for wearing a pair of stupid trousers. Did you find that funny, Baldrick?
What funny, sir?
That funny?
No, sir. And you mustn't do that to me, sir, because that is a bourgeois act of repression, sir.
What?
And you smelt it, sir. There's something afoot in the wind. The huddled masses yearning to be free.
Baldrick, have you been to the diesel oil again?
No, sir, I've been supping the milk of freedom. Already our Russian comrades are poised on the brink of revolution. And here too, sir, the huddled what's-names, such as myself, sir, are ready to throw off the hated oppressors like you and the lieutenant. Present company accepted, sir.
Go and clean out the latrines.
Yes, sir, right away, sir.
You see, now the reason why Chaplin is so funny is because he's part of the great British music hall tradition.
Oh, yes, the great British music hall tradition. Two men with incredibly unconvincing Cockney accents going, what's up with you then? What's up with me then? Yeah, what's up with you then? Oh, what's up with me then? I'm right round off. That's what's up with me. Right round off. Yeah, right. Get on with it!
Now, sir, that was funny. You should go on the board yourself.
Thank you, George, but if you don't mind, I'd rather have my tongue beaten wafer-thin by a steak tenderizer and then stapled to the floor with a croquet hoop.
Sir, it's all over the trenches.
Well, mop it up then.
No, sir, the news. The Russian Revolution has started. The masses have risen up and shot all their knobs.
Oh, hurrah!
Oh, no, the bloody Russians are pulled out of the war.
Well, we soon saw them off, didn't we, sir? Miserable, slant-eyed, sausage-eating swine.
The Russians are on our side. And they've abandoned the Eastern Front.
And they've overthrown Nicholas II, who used to be bizarre.
Who used to be the Tsar, Boris. The point is that now the Russians have made peace with the Kaiser. At this very moment, over 750,000 Germans are leaving the Russian front and coming over here with the express purpose of using my nipples for target practice. There's only one thing for it. I'm going to have to desert, and I'm going to do it right now.
Leaving us, Blackadder?
No, sir.
Well, I'm relieved to hear it, because I need you to help me shoot some deserters later on. There have been subversive mutterings amongst the men. You'll recall the French army last year at Verdun, where the top echelons suffered from horrendous uprisings from the bottom.
Yes, sir, but surely that was traced to a shipment of garlic eclairs.
Nonsense, Blackadder. It was Bolshinus. Plain Bolshinus. And now that the Ruskies have followed suit, I'm damned if I'm going to let the same thing happen here.
Oh. And what are you going to do about it, sir?
We're going to have a concert party to boost the men's morale.
A concert party? Well, hurrah!
You fancy an evening at a concert party, Blackadder?
Well, frankly, sir, I'd rather spend an evening on top of a stepladder in no man's land, smoking endless cigarettes through a luminous balaclava.
Yes, I didn't think it would be quite your cup of tea. But I do need someone to help me organise it, you know. Obviously not a tough, grizzled soldier like yourself, but some kind of damp-eyed Nancy boy who'd be prepared to spend the rest of the war in the London Palladium.
The show is going to the London Palladium, sir?
Oh, yes, of course. It's no good crushing a revolution over here, only to get back home to Blighty and find that everybody's wearing overalls and breaking wind in the palaces of the mighty.
Good point, sir.
Now, the thing is, Blackadder, finding a man to organise a concert party is going to be damn difficult. So I've come up with rather a cunning set of questions with which to test a candidate's suitability for the job.
Oh. And what sort of questions would these be, sir?
Well, the first question is, do you like Charlie Chaplin?
Dismissed, Lieutenant. Do you like Charlie Chaplin? Yes, that is a good question for a candidate. To which my answer would, of course, be, yes, I love him. Love him, sir. Particularly the amusing kicks.
That's funny, sir, because I thought you said...
Goodbye, George.
And the second question is, do you like music hall?
Ah, yes, another good question, sir. Again, my answer would have to be yes, absolutely love it. Oops, Mr. Rothschild, how'd you
Yes. Well, you see, it's my view, Blackadder, that the kind of person who would answer yes to both of those questions would be ideal for the job. Wait a minute.
What, sir?
Why, without knowing it, Blackadder, you've inadvertently shown me that you could do the job.
Have I, sir?
Yes, sir. You have, sir. And I want you to start work straight away. A couple of shows over the weekend, and if all goes well, we'll start you off in London next Monday.
Oh, damn.
If you need any help fetching and carrying and backstage and so on, I'll lend you my driver, if you like. Bob!
Driver Parkhurst reporting for duty, sir.
All right, at ease, Bob. Stand easy. Captain Blackadder, this is Bob.
Bob?
Good morning, sir.
Unusual name for a girl.
Well, yes, it would be an unusual name for a girl, but it's a perfectly straightforward name for a young chap like you, eh, Bob? Now, Bob, I want you to bunk up with Captain Blackadder for a couple of days, all right?
Yes, sir.
I think you'll find Bob's just the man for this job, Blackadder. He has a splendid sense of humour.
He, sir, he.
You see? You're laughing already. All right. Well, now, Bob, I'll leave you two together. Why don't you get to know each other, play a game of cribbage, have a smoke, something like that. They tell me that Captain Blackadder has rather a good line in rough shag. I'm sure he'd be happy to fill your pipe. Carry on.
So, you're a chap, are you, Bob?
Oh, yes, sir.
You wouldn't say you were a girl at all.
Oh, definitely not, sir. I understand cricket. I fart in bed. Everything.
Well, let me put it another way, Bob. You are a girl. And you're a girl with as much talent for disguise as a giraffe in dark glasses trying to get into a polar bears-only golf club.
Oh, sir, please don't give me away, sir. I just wanted to be like my brothers and join up. I want to see how a war is fought so badly.
Well, you've come to the right place, Bob. The war hasn't been fought this badly since Olaf the Hairy, High Chief of all the Vikings, accidentally ordered 80,000 battle helmets with the horns on the inside.
I want to do my bit for the boys, sir.
Oh, really?
I'll do anything, sir.
Yes, I'd keep that to yourself if I was you, Bob. Right, Bob. The second half starts with Corporal Smith and Johnson as the three silly twerps.
All right, sir.
The big joke being there's only two of them.
I love that. That always cracks me up, sir.
Followed by Baldrick's impersonation of Charlie Chaplin. Yes. Bob, take a telegram.
Yes, sir.
Mr. C. Chaplin, Senate Studios, Hollywood, California. Congrats, stop. Have discovered only person in world less funny than you. Name Baldrick, stop. Yours, E. Blackadder, stop. Oh, and put a P.S. Please, 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 stop. And then after that, we have, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of our show.
Ta-da!
I feel fantastic.
Gorgeous Georgina, the traditional soldier's drag act.
You look absolutely lovely, sir.
Ulrich, you are either lying, blind, or mad. Lieutenant looks like all soldiers look on these occasions, about as feminine as W.G. Grace. What are you going to give him, George?
Well, I thought one or two cheeky gags, followed by she was only the ironmonger's daughter, but she knew a surprising amount about fish as well.
Inspired. Well, at least you made an effort with the dress. What about your costume, Baldrick?
I'm in it, sir.
I see. So your Charlie Chaplin costume consists of that hat.
Yes, sir. Except that in this box, I have a dead slug as a brilliant false moustache.
Yes, only quite brilliant, I fear. How, for instance, are you to attach it to your face?
Well, I was hoping to persuade the slug to cling on, sir.
Ulrich, the slug is dead. If it failed to cling on to life, I see no reason why it should wish to cling on to your upper lip.
Baldrick, come on. Slugs are always a problem. What you've got to do is screw your face up like this, you see? And then you can clamp it between your top lip and your nose.
What? Like this, sir?
That's it, that's splendid. Right. Sir, there's a visitor to see you.
Good Lord, Mr. Chaplin. This is indeed an honour. Why, calls for some sort of celebration. Baldrick!
Sir, that is extraordinary because you see, this isn't Chaplin at all. This is Baldrick.
Yes! It's me, sir!
I know. I was in fact being sarcastic.
Oh, I see.
Everything goes above your head, doesn't it, George? You should go to Jamaica and become a limbo dancer.
They love him, sir. We're a hit.
Yes, Yes, in one short evening, I've become the most successful impresario since the manager of the Roman Colosseum thought of putting the Christians and the lions on the same bill.
Sir, some people seem to think that I was best. Would you agree?
Ulrich, in the Amazonian rainforests, there are tribes of Indians as yet untouched by civilization who've developed more convincing Charlie Chaplin impressions than yours.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
He's coming off.
Oh. What do you think, Bob? One more? God, I love the theatre. It's in my blood and in my soul. Ulrich, put those in some water, will you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I need that applause in the same way that an ostler needs his offal.
Well done, sir.
No, really, I was hopeless. I mean, tell me honestly, sir, I was, wasn't I?
Well...
No, come on, sir, up with it, because I need to know, really, I was hopeless.
No, well...
No, you're trying to be nice, and that's very sweet of you, sir, but please, come on, I can take it, I was hopeless.
George, you were bloody awful. But you can't argue with the box office. Personally, I thought you were the least convincing female impressionist since Tarzan went through Jane's handbag and ate her lipstick. But I'm clearly in a minority. Look out, London. Here we come. Ah, Captain Darling.
Ah, Captain Blackadder. I must say, I had an absolutely splendid evening.
Oh, glad you enjoyed the show.
The show? No, I didn't go to the show. Important regimental business.
A lorry load of paper clips arrive.
2 lorry loads, actually.
Welcome to the great director, Maestro.
You enjoyed it, sir?
Well, it was mostly awful, but I enjoyed the slug balancer.
Private Baldrick, sir.
That's right, yes. Slug fell off a couple of times, but you can't have everything, can you? I'd just suggest a bit more practice and perhaps a little sparkly costume for the slug.
I'll pass that on, sir.
But I do have certain other reasons for believing the show to be nothing but a triumph. Captain Darling has your travel arrangements, ticket to Dover, rooms at the Ritz and so forth.
Oh, thank you, sir.
However, there is one small thing you might do for me.
Yes?
Captain Blackadder, I should esteem it a signal honour if you would allow me to escort your leading lady to the regimental ball this evening.
My leading lady?
The fair Georgina.
Ah, very amusing.
Do you think she'll laugh in my face? I'm too old, too crusty?
No. No, it's just that as her director, I'm afraid I could not allow it.
I could always find another director who would allow it.
Quite. Well, I'll see what I can do, but I must insist that she be home by midnight and that there be no hanky-panky, sir, whatsoever.
I shall, of course, respect your wishes, Blackadder. However, I don't think you need to be quite so protective. I'm sure she's a girl with a great deal more spunk than most women you find.
Oh, dear me.
Absolutely not, sir. It's profoundly immoral and utterly wrong. I will not do it.
We can always find another leading lady.
Well, the dress will need a clean.
Excellent. Now, the important thing is that Melchett should under no circumstances realise that you're a man.
Yes, understand that.
In order to ensure this, there are 3 basic rules. 1, you must never, I repeat, never remove your wig.
All right.
2nd, never say anything. I'll tell him at the beginning of the evening that you're saving your voice for the opening night in London.
Excellent, sir. And what's the 3rd?
The 3rd is most important. Don't get drunk and let him shag you on the veranda.
How do I look, darling?
Girl bait, sir. Pure bloody girl bait.
Moustache? Bushy enough?
Like a privet hedge, sir.
Good, because I want to catch a particularly beautiful creature in this bush tonight.
I'm sure you'll be combing women out of your moustache for weeks, sir.
God, it's a spankingly beautiful world, and tonight's my night. I know exactly what I'll say to her. Darling.
Yes, sir? I don't know, sir.
Well, then butt in. I want to make you happy, darling.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir.
Will you kindly stop interrupting? If you don't listen, how can you tell me what you think? I want to make you happy, darling. I want to build a nest for your 10 tiny toes. I want to cover every inch of your gorgeous body in pepper and then sneeze all over you.
Really, sir? I must protest. What
you, darling?
Well, it's just all so sudden, sir. I mean, the nest bit's fine, but the pepper business is definitely out.
How dare you tell me how I may or may not treat my beloved Georgina?
Georgina?
Yes, I'm working out what I want to say to her this evening.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank God.
All right?
Yes, sir, listening, sir.
Honestly, darling, you really are the most graceless, dim-witted bumpkin I ever met.
I don't think you should say that to her.
Where the hell's that George? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. He should be careful wandering around the trench at night with nothing to protect his honour but a cricket box.
Hello, Captain.
About time. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, I don't know. It's all been like a dream, my very first ball. The music, the dancing, the champagne. My mind is a mad whirl of half-whispered conversations with the promise of indiscretion ever hanging in the air.
Did that old stoat Melchett try for a snog behind the fruit cup?
Certainly not. The General behaved like a perfect gentleman. We tired the moon with our talking about everything and nothing. The war, marriage, proposed changes to the LBW rule.
Melchett isn't married, is he?
No, all his life he's been waiting to meet the perfect woman. And then at last, tonight, he did.
Some poor unfortunate had old Walrus Face dribbling in her ear all evening, did she?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I did have to drape a napkin over my shoulder, yes.
George, are you trying to tell me that you are the General's perfect woman?
Well, yes, I rather think I am.
Well, thank God the horny old blighter didn't ask you to marry him. You did? Well, how did you get out of that one?
Well, to be honest, sir, I'm not absolutely certain that I did.
What?
Well, you don't understand what it was like, sir. You know, the candles, the music, the huge moustache. I don't know what came over me.
You said yes?
Oh, after all, sir, he is a general. I didn't really feel I could refuse. He might have had me court-martialed.
Whereas, on the other hand, of course, he's going to give you the Victoria Cross when he lifts up your frock on the wedding night and finds himself looking at the last turkey in the shop.
Yes, I know it's a mess of it. You see, he got me squiffy, and then when he looked into my eyes and said, "Chipmunk, I love you."
Chipmunk!
Yeah, but it's his special name for me, you see. He says my nose looks just like a chipmunk.
Oh, God. Well, there's serious trouble here. If the General ever finds out the gorgeous Georgina is in fact a strapping 6-footer from the rough end of the trench, it could precipitate the fastest execution since someone said, "This Guy Fawkes bloke, do we let him off or what?" Hello? Yes, sir. Straight away, sir. That was your fiancé, Chipmunk. He wants to see me. If I should die, think only this of me. I'll be back to get you. Sir, I can explain everything.
Can you, Blackadder? Can you?
Well, no, sir, not really.
I thought not. Who can explain the mysteries of love? I'm in love with Georgina, Blackadder. I'm going to marry her on Saturday, and I want you to be my best man.
I don't think that would be a very good idea, sir.
And why not?
Because there's something wrong with your fiancée, sir.
Oh, my God, she's not Welsh, is she?
No, sir. It's a terrible story, but true. Just a few minutes ago, Georgina arrived unexpectedly in my trench. She was literally dancing with joy, as though something wonderful had happened to her.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, she was in such a daze, she danced straight through the trench and out into no man's land. I tried to stop her, but before I could say, "Don't tread on a mine," she trod on a mine. Well, I say a mine, it was more a cluster of mines, and she was blown to smithereens, and as she rocketed up into the air, she said something I couldn't quite catch, totally incomprehensible to me, something like, "Tell him his little chipmunk will love him forever." I mean,
Oh, it's heartbreaking, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
Well, can't be helped.
It's jolly bad luck, sir.
Hey-ho.
And of course, on top of everything else, without your leading lady, you won't be able to put on the show. So no show, no London Palladium.
On the contrary, I was simply intending to rename it the Georgina Melchett Memorial Show.
Oh, no. Georgina was the only thing that made the show come alive. Apart from her, it was all awful.
Awful.
Yes, you'll never find another girl like Georgina by tomorrow.
Well, it's funny you should say that, sir, because I think I already have.
Who is she?
Who is she?
So come on, sir, who is she?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I haven't a bloody clue. The only attractive woman round here is carved out of stone, called Venus, and is standing in a fountain in the middle of the town square with water coming out of her armpits.
So, we're a bit stuck.
Morning, chaps.
Morning, Bob.
Morning, Bob.
You can say that again, George. We're in the stickiest situation since Sticky the stick insect got stuck on a sticky bun. We are in trouble.
Not any longer, sir. May I present my cunning plan?
Don't be ridiculous, Baldy. Can you sing? Can you dance? Or are you offering to be sawn in half?
I don't think those things are important in a modern marriage, sir. I offer simple home cooking.
Warwick, our plan is to find a new leading lady for our show. What is your plan?
My plan is that I will marry General Melchett. I am the other woman.
Oh, well, congratulations, Baldrick. I hope you'll be very happy.
I will, sir, because when I get back from honeymoon, I will be a member of the aristocracy, and you will have to call me milady.
What happened to your revolutionary principles, Baldrick? I thought you hated the aristocracy.
I'm working to bring down the system from within, sir. I'm a sort of a frozen horse.
Trojan horse.
Anyway, I can't see what's so stupid about marrying into wealth and money and not having to sleep in a puddle.
No. It's the worst plan since Abraham Lincoln said, "Oh, I'm sick of kicking around the house tonight. Let's go take in a show." For a start, General Melchett is in mourning for the woman of his dreams. He's unlikely to be in the mood to marry a two-legged badger wrapped in a curtain. Secondly, we are looking for a great entertainer. And you're the worst entertainer since St. Paul the Evangelist toured Palestine with his trampoline act. Now we'll have to find somebody else.
What about Corporal Cartwright, sir?
Corporal Cartwright looks like an orangutan. I've heard of the bearded lady, but the all-over body hair lady frankly just isn't on.
Willis?
Too short.
Petheridge?
Too old.
Taplow?
Too dead. Oh, this is hopeless. There just isn't anyone.
Goodbye, goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby dear, from your eye.
What am I doing, Bob?
Sir?
Still, what a brilliant idea! Bob, can you think of anyone who could be our leading lady? What do you think, Bob? One more?
No, George. Always leave them hungry.
Congratulations, Bob. I have to admit, I thought you were bloody marvellous.
Thank you, sir. Permission to slip into something more uncomfortable, sir.
Permission granted.
Oh, sir, it's going to be wonderful. Not just for me, but for my little partner, Graham. We're doing our Charlie Chaplin all around the world.
Yes. From Shaftesbury Avenue to the Côte d'Azur, they'll be saying, "I like the little black one, but who's that Burke he's sitting on?"
I'm not with you, sir.
Of course not. But don't worry, we'll have years in luxury hotels for me to explain. Now, you two get packing, get packing. The boat train leaves at 6, and we're going to be on it.
Blackadder.
Ah, darling, everything all right?
Oh, yes.
Got the tickets?
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Blackadder?
Oh, hi, General. Enjoy the show?
Don't be ridiculous. The worst evening I've ever spent in my life.
I'm sorry?
Will you stand still when I'm talking to you? If by a man's work shall he know him, then you are a steaming pile of horse manure.
But surely, sir, the show was a triumph.
A triumph? The 3 twerps were 1 twerp short. Again? The slug balancer seems now to be doing some feeble impression of Buster Keaton. And worst of all, the crowning turd in the water pipe, that revolting drag act at the end.
Drag act?
Yes, poor Bob Parker is being made to look a total arse. With that thin, reedy voice and the stupid, effeminate dancing.
Ah. So the show's cancelled. Permanently.
But what about the men's morale, sir, with the Russians out of the war and everything?
Oh, for goodness sake, Blackadder, have you been living in a cave? The Americans joined the war yesterday.
So how is that going to improve the men's morale, sir?
Oh, because, you gibbering imbecile, they've brought with them the largest collection of Charlie Chaplin films in existence. Oh, I've lost patience with you. Fill it in, darling.
Yes, sir. We received a telegram this morning from Mr. Chaplin himself at Senate Studios. Twice nightly screening of my films in trenches. Excellent idea. Stop. But must insist E. Blackadder be projectionist. Stop. Oh, P.S. Don't let him ever stop.
Yes, but Jerry is safe underground in concrete bunkers. We've shot off over 1 million cannon shells, and what's the result? One Dachshund with a slight limp.
Shut up!
Thank you. Right, I'm off to bed, where I intend to sleep until my name changes to Rip Van Adder. Bloody Germans, they can't take a joke, can they? Just when they take a few pot shots at them, they have to have an air raid to get their own back. Where are our Air Force, the men that defend us against this sort of thing? Right, that's it. Hello? Yes, I'd like to leave a message for the head of the Flying Corps, please. To Air Chief Marshal Sir Hugh Massingbird, VC, DFC and Bar. Message reads, where are you, you bastard?
Here I am, sir.
For God's sake, Baldrick, take cover.
Why is that, sir?
Because there's an air raid going on, and I don't want to have to write to your mother at London Zoo and tell her that her only human child is dead.
All right, sir. It's just that I didn't know there was an air raid on. Couldn't hear anything over the noise of the terrific display by our wonderful boys of the Royal Flying Corps, sir.
What? I say, those chaps can't have thunder in their airborne steeds, can't they just? Hello, what's going on here? Game of hide and seek? Excellent. Right, I'll go count to 100. No, better make it 5, actually. Oh, it's sardines! Oh, excellent, that's my favourite one, that.
George!
Yes, sir?
Shut up and never say anything again as long as you live.
Right, well, sir. Crikey, but what a show it was, sir! Lord Flashheart's flying aces. How he cheered when they spun, how he shouted when they dived, how he applauded when one chap got sliced in half by his own propeller. Oh, it's all part of the joke for those magnificent men and their flying machines.
For magnificent men read biggest show-off since Lady Godiva entered the royal enclosure at Ascot claiming she had literally nothing to wear. I don't care how many times they go up diddly up, they're still gits.
Oh, come on, sir. I'd love to be a flyer up there where the air is clear.
The chances of the air being clear anywhere near you, Baldrick, are 0.
Oh, sir, it would be great. Swooping and diving.
Ulrich, what are you doing?
I'm a Sopwith camel, sir.
Oh, it is a Sopwith camel. Ah, right. I always get confused between the sound of a Sopwith camel and the sound of a malodorous runt wasting everybody's time. Now, if you can do without me in the nursery for a while, I'm going to get some fresh air.
Ha! Eat knuckle, Fritz! Ugh. How disgusting! A Bosch on the sole of my boot! I shall have to find a patch of grass to wipe it on. Probably get shunned in the officer's mess. Sorry about the pong, you fellows. Trod in a Bosch and can't get rid of the whiff.
Do you think we could dispense with the hilarious doggy-doo metaphor for a moment? I'm not a Bosch. This is a British trench.
Is it? Oh, that's a piece of luck. Thought I'd landed sausage side. Mind if I use your phone? If word gets out that I'm missing, 500 girls will kill themselves. I wouldn't want them on my conscience. No, they ought to be on my face. Hi, Flashheart here. Yeah. Cancel the state funeral, tell the king to stop blubbing. Flash is not dead. I simply ran out of juice. Yeah, and before all the girls start saying, oh, what's the point living anymore, I'm talking about petrol. Woof, woof! Yeah, I dumped the kite on the proles, so send a car. General Melchett's driver should do. She hangs around with the big knob, so she'll be used to a fella like me. Woof, woof!
Look, do you think you can make your obscene phone calls somewhere else?
No, not in half an hour, you rubber desk Johnny. Send the bitch with the wheels right now, or I'll fly back to England and give your wife something to hang her towels on. Okay, dig out your best booze and let's talk about me till the car comes. Yeah, I must be pretty impressed having Squadron Commander the Lord Flashheart drop in on your squalid bit of line.
Actually, no. I was more impressed by the contents of my handkerchief the last time I blew my nose.
Yeah, like how? You probably got little pictures of me on the walls of your dugout, haven't you? I bet you go all girly and giggly every time you...
I'm afraid not. Unfortunately, most of the infantry think you're a prat. Ask them who they'd prefer to meet, Squadron Commander Flashheart and the man who cleans out the public toilets in Aberdeen. They go for wee jock poo-pong McPlop.
Loop. I honestly thought that... My God! Yes, I suppose I am. Lord Flashheart, this is the greatest honour of my life. I hope I snuff it right now to preserve this moment forever.
It could be arranged.
Lord Flashheart, I want to learn to write so I can send a letter home about this golden moment.
So all the fellas hate me, eh? Not a bit of it. I'm your bloody hero, eh, old scat? Jesus.
Now, Lord, I've got every cigarette card they ever printed of you. My whole family took up smoking just so that we could get the whole set. My grandmother smoked herself to death so we could afford the album.
Of course she did. Of course she did, the poor love-crazed old octogenarian. Well, all right, you fellas. Let's sit us down and yarn about how amazingly attractive I am.
Yes, would you excuse me for a moment? I've got some urgent business. There's a bucket outside I've got to be sickened to.
All right, you chaps, let's get comfy. You look like a decent British bloke. I'll park the old booties on you, if that's okay.
It would be an honour, my lord.
Of course it would. Oh, have you any idea what it's like to have the wind rushing through your hair? No, sir? He has. Lucky devil. So I flew straight through a bedroom window, popped a box of chocs on the dressing table, machine gunned my telephone number into the wall, and then shot off and shagged her sister.
Driver Parkhurst reporting for duty, my lord.
Well, if it isn't little Bobby Parkhurst, saucier than a direct hit on a Heinz factory.
I've come to pick you up.
Well, that's how I like my girls. Direct and to my point. Woof!
Woof!
Tally ho then, back to the bar. You should join the Flying Corps, George. That's the way to fight a war. Tasty tuck, soft beds, and a uniform so smart it's got a PhD from Cambridge. You could even bring the breath monster here. Anyone can be a navigator if he can tell his arse from his elbow.
Well, that's boring out, I fear.
We're always looking for talented types to join the 20-minuters.
And there goes George.
Tally ho then, Bobby. Hush, here comes a whiz-bang, and I think you know what I'm talking about. Woof!
Woof!
God, it's like Crufts in here.
Safer, what a splendid notion. The 20-minuters. Soft tucker, tasty beds, fluffy uniforms.
Begging your permission, sir, but why do they call them the 20-minuters?
Now, this one is in my Brook Bond Book of the Air. Now, you have to collect all the cards and then stick them into this wonderful presentation booklet. Here we are, 20-minuters. Oh, damn, I haven't got the card yet. But the caption says, 20 minutes is the average amount of time new pilots spend in the air.
20 minutes.
That's right, sir.
I had a 20-hour watch yesterday with 4 hours overtime in 2 feet of water.
Well, then, for goodness sake, sir, why don't we join?
Yeah, be better than just sitting around here all day on our elbows.
No, thank you. I have no desire to hang around with a bunch of upper-class delinquents, do 20 minutes work, and then spend the rest of the day loafing about in Paris, drinking gallons of champagne and having dozens of moist pink, highly experienced young French peasant girls galloping up and down my... Hang on.
Cut! Captain Blackadder.
Good morning, Captain Darling.
What do you want?
You're looking so well.
I'm a busy man, Blackadder. Let's hear it, whatever it is.
Well, you know, darling, every man has a dream. And when I was a small boy, I used to watch the marsh warblers swooping in my mother's undercroft. And I remember thinking, will men ever dare do the same? And you know...
Oh, you want to join the Royal Flying Corps?
Oh, that's a thought. Could I?
No, you couldn't. Goodbye.
Come on, darling, just give me an application form.
It's out of the question. This is simply a ruse to waste 5 months of training, after which you'll claim you can't fly after all because it makes your ears go pop. Come on, I wasn't born yesterday, Blackadder.
More's the pity, we could have started your personality from scratch. So, the training period is 5 months, is it?
It's no concern of yours if it's 5 years and comes with a free holiday in Tunisia, contraceptive supplied. Besides, they wouldn't admit you. It's not easy getting transfers, you know.
No, you've tried it yourself, have you?
No, I haven't.
Trust you to try and skive off to some cushier option.
There's nothing cushy about life in the Women's Auxiliary Balloon Corps.
Then the bishop said, I'm awfully sorry, I didn't realise you meant organist.
Thank you, George. At ease, everybody. Now, where's my map? Come on.
Sir?
Thank you. God, it's a barren, featureless desert out there, isn't it?
The other side, sir.
Hello, George. What are you doing here?
Me, sir? I just popped in to join the Royal Flying Corps.
Hello, Blackadder. What are you doing here?
Me, sir? I just popped in to join the Royal Flying Corps.
And of course I said...
Bravo! I hope, darling. Because, you know, I've always had my doubts about you Trenchy-type fellows. Always suspected there might be a bit too much of the battle-dodging, nappy-wearing, I'd rather have a cup of tea than charge stark-naked at Jerry about you. If you're willing to join the 20-minuters, then you're all right by me and welcome to marry my sister any day.
Are you sure about this, sir?
Certainly, you should hear the noise she makes when she eats a boiled egg. Glad to get her out of the house. So, report back here 0900 hours for your basic training.
Crikey, I'm looking forward to today. Up diddly up, down diddly down. Whoops, poop, twiddly dee. Decent scrap with a fiendish Red Baron, bit of a jolly old crash landing behind enemy lines. Capture, torture, escape, and then back home in time for tea and medals.
George, who's using the family brain cell at the moment? This is just the beginning of the training. The beginning of 5 long months of very clever, very dull men looking at machinery.
Hey, girls, look at my machinery! Here's to the man who has no underwear. Ask me why. Why do you have no underwear, Lord Flash? Because the pants haven't been built yet that'll take the job on. And that's the type of guy who's doing the training around here. Sit down. Well, if it isn't old Captain Slackbladder.
Blackadder.
Couldn't resist it, eh, Slackbladder? Told you thought I was great. All right, men, let's do it! The first thing to remember is, always treat your kite like you treat your woman. How do you mean, sir? Do you mean take her home at the weekend to meet your mother? No, I mean get inside her 5 times a day and take her to heaven and back.
I'm beginning to see why the suffragette movement want the vote.
Hey, any bird who wants to chain herself to my railings and suffer a jet movement gets my vote. Well, I'll see you in 10 minutes for takeoff.
Hang on. What about the months of training?
Hey, wet pants! This isn't the Women's Auxiliary Balloon Corps. You're in the 20-minuters now.
Sir?
Yes,
sir.
right at the back.
I think we'd all be intrigued to know why you called the 20-minuters.
Oh, Mr. Thicker, imagine not knowing that.
Well, it's simple. The average life expectancy for a new pilot is 20 minutes.
Ah.
Life expectancy of 20 minutes.
That's right. Goggles on, chocks away, last one back's a homo. Hooray!
So, we take off in 10 minutes. We're in the air for 20 minutes. Which means we should be dead by 25 to 10.
Harry Blighter, sir, this is a bit of a turn-up for the +4s.
Shouldn't worry about it too much, Blackadder. Flying's all about navigation. As long as you've got a good navigator, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Actually, they're right. This is a doggle. Whoops, a little wobble there. I'll get the hang of it, don't worry. All right, Baldock, how many rounds have we got?
500, sir. Cheese and tomato for you, rat.
Tally, bally, how?
What's this, sir?
Baldock, will you stop arsing about and get back in the cockpit?
Hey, sir, look, I can see a pretty red plane from up here.
No, watch out, Baldock. It stood right on our tail. Yes, now this is developing into a distinctly boring situation. Luckily, we're still on our side of the line. So I'll crash land and claim my ears went pop. First time out.
Oh, let's hope we fall on something soft.
Fine, I'll try and aim between General Melchett's ears. I don't believe it. A German prison cell. For 2.5 years, the Western Front has been as likely to move as a Frenchman who lives next door to a brothel. And last night, the Germans advance a mile and we land on the wrong side.
Oh, dear, Captain B, my tummy's gone all squirty.
That's because you're scared, Baldock, and you're not the only one. I couldn't be more petrified if a wild rhinoceros had just come home from a hard day at the swamp and found me wearing his pyjamas, smoking his cigars, and in bed with his wife.
I've heard what these Germans will do, sir. They'll have their wicked way with anything of woman born.
Well, in that case, Baldock, you're quite safe. However, the Teutonic reputation for brutality is well-founded. Their operas last 3 or 4 days. And they have no word for fluffy.
I want my mum.
Yes, it'd be good to see her. I should imagine a maternally outraged gorilla could be a useful ally. Some kind of scrap. Prepare to die like a man, Baldock. Or as close as you can come to a man without actually shaving the palms of your hands.
Good evening. I'm Oberleutnant von Gerhard. I have a message from the Baron von Richthofen, the greatest living German.
Which, considering his competition consists entirely of very fat men in leather shorts burping to the tune of She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain, is no great achievement. And what is your message?
It is, prepare for a fate worse than death, English flying fellow.
Well, so it's the traditional warm German welcome.
Also, he is saying, do not try to escape or you will suffer even worse.
A fate worse than death. That's pretty bad.
Yes, well, possible. Yes, well, you see, it's all very well for you, isn't it? Sitting here behind your comfy desk.
Don't you take that tone with me, Lieutenant. I'll have you on a charge for insubordination.
Well, I'd rather be on a charge for insubordination than on a charge of deserting a friend.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Now then, what's going on here?
That damn fool Blackadder has crashed his plane behind enemy lines, sir. This young idiot wants to go and try and rescue him. It's a total waste of men and equipment.
He's not a damn fool, sir. He's a born hero.
All right. I'll deal with this, darling. Delicate touch needed, I fancy. Now, George, do you remember when I came down to visit you when you were a nipper for your 6th birthday? You used to have a lovely little rabbit. Beautiful little thing. Do you remember?
Flossie.
That's right, Flossie. Do you remember what happened to Flossie?
You shot him.
That's right. It was the kindest thing to do after being run over by that car.
By your car, sir.
Yes, by my car.
But that, too, was an act of mercy when you would remember that dog had been set on him.
Your dog, sir?
Yes, my dog. But what I'm trying to say, George, is that the state young Flossie was in after we'd scraped him off my front tire is very much the state that young Blackadder will be in now. If not very nearly dead, then very actually dead.
Permission for Lip to wobble, sir.
Permission granted. Stout fellow.
But surely, sir, you must allow me to at least try and save him.
No, George, it would be as pointless as trying to teach a woman the value of a good forward defensive stroke. Besides, it would take a Superman to get him out of there, not the kind of weed who blubs just because somebody gives him a slice of rabbit pie instead of birthday cake.
I suppose you're right, sir.
Of course I am. Now let's talk about something more jolly, shall we? Look, this is the amount of land we've recaptured since yesterday.
Oh, excellent.
What is the actual scale of this map, darling?
1 to 1, sir.
Come again?
The map is actually life-size, sir. It's superbly detailed. Look, there's a little worm.
So the actual amount of land retaken is?
Excuse me, sir. 17 square feet, sir.
Excellent. So you see, young Blackadder didn't die horribly in vain after all.
If he did die, sir.
That's the spirit, George. If nothing else works, then a total pig-headed unwillingness to look facts in the face will see us through.
The Red Baron von Richthofen. And you are the two English flying aces responsible for the spilling of the precious German blood of many of my finest and my blondest friends. I have waited many months to do this.
You may have been right, Borders. Looks like we're going to get rogered to death after all.
Do you want me to go first, sir?
Your English and your sense of humor. During your brief stay, I look forward to learning more of your wit, your punning, and your amusing jokes about the breaking of the wind.
Well, Baldrick's the expert there.
I certainly am, sir.
How lucky you English are to find the toilet so amusing. For us, it is a mundane and functional item. For you, the basis of an entire culture. I must now tell you of the full horror of what awaits you.
Ah, you see, Boulders, dress it up in any amount of pompous verbal diarrhea, and the message is, square heads down for the big Bosch gangbang.
As an officer and a gentleman, you will be looking forward to a quick and noble death.
Well, obviously.
But instead, an even worse fate awaits you. Tomorrow, you will be taken back to Germany.
Here it comes.
To a convent school outside Heidelberg, where you will spend the rest of the war teaching the young girls home economics. For you, as a man of honor, the humiliation will be unbearable.
I think you'll find we're tougher than you imagine.
I can tell how much you are suffering by your long feces.
We're not suffering too much to say thank you. Thank you. Say thank you, Baldrick.
Thank you, Baldrick.
How amusing! But now, forgive me. I must take to the skies once again. Very funny. The noble Lord Flashheart still eludes me.
I think you'll find he's overrated. Bad breath and impotent, they say.
Sexual innuendo! But enough of this. As you say in England, I must fly. Perhaps I will master this humor after all, yeah?
I wouldn't be too optimistic.
He's a little fella. If you get lonely in the night, I'm in the old chateau. There's no pressure.
Is it really true, sir? Is the war really over for us?
Yep. Out of the war and teaching nuns how to boil eggs. For us, the Great War is finito. A war that would be a damn sight simpler if we just stayed in England and shot 50,000 of our men a week. No more mud, death, rats, bombs, shrapnel, whiz-bangs, barbed wire, and those bloody awful songs that have the word whoops in the title. Damn, he's left the door open.
Oh, good, we can escape, sir.
Are you mad, Baldrick? I'll find someone to lock it for us.
Shush, TV, mum's the word, not half or what?
Sir, why did you just slam the door on Lieutenant George?
I can't believe it. Go away!
It's me!
Well, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, never mind the hows and the whys and the do you mind if I don't?
It took a simple man to get in here.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because as it happens, I did have some help from a rather spiffing bloke. He's taken a break from some crucial top-level shagging. It's me! Hooray!
God's potatoes, George! You said noble brother friars were in the lurch. If I'd known you meant old Slack Bladder and the Mound of the Hound of the Baskervilles, I'd probably let them stew in their own juice. And let me tell you, if I ever tried that, I'd probably drown. Still, since I'm here, I may as well do it! As the Bishop said to the netball team. Come on, chums! Come on!
Yes, look, I'm sorry, chaps, but I've splintered my pancreas. I seem to have this terrible cough. Cards!
Wait a minute. Now, I may be packing the kind of tackle that you'd normally expect to find swinging about between the hind legs of a Grand National winner. But I'm not totally stupid. I've got the kind of feeling you'd rather we hadn't come.
No, I'm very grateful. It's just that I'd slow you up.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Are you?
Just because I can give multiple orgasms to the furniture just by sitting doesn't mean that I'm not sick of this damn war. The blood, the noise, the endless poetry.
Is that really what you think, Flashheart?
Of course it's not what I think. Now get out that door before I redecorate that wall in an interesting new colour called Hint of Brain.
Excellent. Well, that's clear. Look, let's get back to that lovely war, then.
Woof! Woof!
Mark!
Blackadder.
Oh, damn, foiled again. What bad luck.
And the Lord Flashheart. This is indeed an honor. Finally, the two greatest gentlemen flyers in the world meet. Two men of honor who have jousted together in the cloud-strewn glory of the skies, are face to face at last. How often I have rehearsed this moment of destiny in my dreams. The valor be to encapsulate the unspoken nobility of our comradeship.
Hello, darling.
Good Lord. Captain Blackadder, I thought you were...
Playing tennis? Dead?
well, yes, unfortunately.
Well, I had a lucky escape. No thanks to you. This is a friend of mine. Hi! Flashheart, this is Captain Darling.
Captain Darling? Funny name for a guy, isn't it? Last person I called Darling was pregnant 20 seconds later. Hey, you couldn't be bothered to help old Slacky here.
Oh, well, it wasn't quite that, sir. It's just that we weighed up the pros and cons and decided it wasn't a reasonable use of our time and resources.
Well, this isn't a reasonable use of my time and resources, but I'm going to do it anyway.
What?
This. Oh! All right, Slacky, I've got to fly. 2 million chicks, only one Flashheart. And remember, if you want something, take it. Bobby!
My lord.
I want something.
Take it.
Git.
Ah, Blackadder, so you escaped.
Yes, sir.
Bravo. Don't slouch, darling.
I was wondering whether, having been tortured by the most vicious sadist of the German army, I might be allowed a week's leave to recuperate, sir.
Excellent idea. Your commanding officer would have to be stark raving mad to refuse you.
Well, you are my commanding officer.
Well?
Can I have a week's leave to recuperate, sir?
Certainly not.
Thank you, sir.
My turn. Kick, dodge.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with M. Oh, I say, well done, sir. Your turn.
I spy with my bored little eye something beginning with T.
Breakfast.
What?
My breakfast always begins with tea. Then I have a little sausage. Then an egg with some little soldiers.
When I said it begins with T, I was talking about a letter.
No, it never begins with a letter. The postman don't come till 10:30.
I can't go on with this. George, take over.
All right, sir. I spy with my little eye something beginning with R.
Army.
For God's sake, Rory, Army starts with an A. He's looking for something that starts with an R.
Motorbike.
What?
A motorbike starts with a...
Right, my turn again. What begins with come here and ends with ow?
I don't know.
Come here. Well done.
No, I don't think you've quite got the hang of this game, to be honest, sir. I tell you what, let's try another one. I hear, with my little ear, something beginning with B.
What?
Bomb.
I can't hear a bomb.
Listen very carefully.
Oh, yes.
Finished!
Come on, then.
All right, and then you can tell me what you think. But be honest now.
I will.
All right, then. Dear Uncle H, how are you? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. It's beastly rotten luck being laid up here, but everyone's very nice, and at least now I can write to you every day. Then I put in a silly bit about, it's... No, it's
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
and the nurse is an absolute peach. Anyway, after the explosion, Captain Blackadder was marvellous. He joked and joked, "You lucky, lucky, lucky bastard," he cried. And then he lay on his back, stuck his foot over the top of the trench, and shouted, "Over here, Fritz! What about me? What about me?"
Well, Captain Blackadder does indeed sound a most witty and courageous chap.
Yes, and he's very amusing and brave as well. Not to mention being as clever as a chap with 3 heads. Well, thanks ever so much. You really are terribly kind. As well as being dashed pretty to boot.
Oh, you. A fluffy pillow and a big, cheery smile, the least my lovely boys deserve. Now, you take a little trip to Dosyland. You've got visitors coming, and we don't want to be all tired and cross-matched.
Absolutely not, no. It'll be so jolly to see Baldrick in the cap again. They'll have been worried sick about me, you know.
All right, where is the malingering git?
Hello, Cap! Pip, pip, Balders, here I lie.
Nice to see the lieutenant looking so well, sir.
Of course he's looking well. There's nothing wrong with him.
Didn't I tell you the captain was a super cove?
You did. Well, Captain, you are indeed fortunate to have a loyal friend like darling Georgie.
I think you might be under a slight misapprehension here, nurse. I lost closer friends than darling Georgie the last time I was deloused. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got better things to do than exchange pleasantries with a wet blanket. Would you get out? We got some important military business.
Well, 10 minutes only, then.
Right, pork face, where's the grub? Come on, the moment that collection of inbred mutants you call your relatives heard you were sick, they'll have sent you a hamper the size of Westminster Abbey.
My family is not inbred.
Come on, somewhere outside Saffron Walden, there's an uncle who's 7 feet tall with no chin and an Adam's apple that makes him look as though he's constantly trying to swallow a ball cock.
I have not got any uncles like that. Anyway, he lives in Walton on the Naze.
Exactly. Now, where's the tuck?
Well, yeah, but there were one or two things, yes. There was a potted turkey, a cow and jelly, 3 tinned sheep, and 1,200 chocolates. But in my weakened state,
Yes?
I ate them.
What?
Well, Nurse Mary nibbled a trotter or two. Oh, Cat, she's such a wonderful girl. She helps me with all my letters. She can do all the German spelling, and she's terribly good at punctuation.
I don't care if you can sing. I may be a tiny chimney sweep, but I've got an enormous brush. Come on, Baldock. The only thing we're going to get for free round here is dysentery.
I haven't given Lieutenant George my bunch of flowers yet.
All right, hurry up, hurry up.
Here you are, sir. I've got you these. Unfortunately, they've had their head shot off.
Where others choose to say it with flowers, Baldrick says it with stalks.
Well, Captain, I'm afraid you'll have to leave us now.
Oh, really?
Yes. You must report to General Melchett immediately.
Oh, great. Yet another tempting opportunity for suicide beckons.
Gosh, I wish I could come with you, you know, sir.
Oh, no. You must stay here, my brave hero.
Brave hero, nurse. I was more wounded the last time I clipped my toenails.
Take no notice of him.
Yes, pay no attention to the nasty laugh.
Look, if I can't give my brave boys a kind word and a big smile, what can I give them?
Well, one or two ideas do suggest them. But you'd probably think they were unhygienic. Come on, Baldock. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Smith.
Well, I'm sorry that you've been landed opposite such a total git, Smith. It's bad enough being wounded without having to share a ward with Banana Brain.
Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Ich bin ganz comfortable. Old foot.
Yeah.
Enter!
Hello? Hello?
Right, spread 'em. Right. He's clean, sir.
Can anyone tell me what's going on?
Security, Blackadder.
Security?
Security isn't a dirty word, Blackadder. Crevice is a dirty word, but security isn't.
So in the name of security, sir, everyone who enters the room has to have his bottom fondled by this drooling pervert.
Only doing my job, Blackadder.
Oh, well, how lucky you are, then, that your job is also your hobby.
Now, there's another dirty word. Job.
So, is there something the matter?
You're damn right there's something the matter. Something sinister and something grotesque. And what's worse is that it's going on right here under my very nose.
Sir, your moustache is lovely.
What the General means, Blackadder, is there's a leak.
Now, leak is a positively disgusting word.
The Germans seem to be able to anticipate our every move. We send up an aeroplane, there's a Jerry squadron parked behind the nearest cloud. We move troops to Boulogne, the Germans have bought the entire town supply of lavatory paper. In short, a German spy is giving away every one of our battle plans.
You look surprised, Blackadder.
I certainly am, sir. I didn't realise we had any battle plans.
Well, of course we have. How else do you think the battles are directed?
Our battles are directed, sir.
Well, of course they are, Blackadder, directed according to the grand plan.
Would that be the plan, to continue with total slaughter until everyone's dead except Field Marshal Haig, Lady Haig, and their tortoise, Allen?
Great Scott! Even you know it! Bolt all the doors! Hammer large pieces of crooked wood against all the windows! This security leak is far worse than we'd imagined.
So you see, Blackadder, Field Marshal Haig is most anxious to eliminate all these German spies.
Filthy Hun weasels fighting their dirty underhand war.
Unfortunately, one of our spies
Splendid fellows, brave heroes, risking life and limb for Blighty,
has discovered that the leak is coming from the field hospital.
You think there's a German spy in the field hospital? I think you might be right there.
Your job, Blackadder, is to root this spy out. How long do you think you'll need?
Ooh,
You'll have to be away from the trenches for some time.
6 months.
Too late, Blackadder. You've got 3 weeks.
Yes, 3 weeks to smoke the bugger out. Use any method you see fit. Personally, I'd recommend you get hold of a cocker spaniel, tie your suspect down on a chair with a potty on his head, then pop his todger between 2 flowery bats and shout, "Dinner time, Fido." If you're successful, I shall need you back here permanently to head up my new security network, Operation Winkle.
Winkle?
Yes, to winkle out the spies.
You never mentioned this to me, sir.
Well, we have to have some secrets, don't we, darling?
Right, well, I'll be back in 3 weeks.
Excellent. And if you come back with the information, Captain Darling will pump you thoroughly in the debriefing room.
Not while I have my strength, he won't.
Damnation, sir. His insolence makes my blood boil. What's more, I don't trust him, sir. I think it would be best if I went to the hospital myself to keep an eye on him.
What, spy on our own spy as he searches for their spy? Yes, why not? Sounds rather fun. You'll have to go undercover.
Oh, definitely, sir.
And you'll need some kind of wound, convincing wound.
Naturally, sir.
Yes. That looks quite convincing.
Right, pack me a toothbrush, Baldrick. We're going on holiday.
Hooray! Where to?
Hospital.
Oh, no, I hate hospitals. My grandfather went into one, and when he come out, he was dead.
He was also dead when he went in, Baldrick. He'd been run over by a traction engine.
I don't like them doctors. If they start poking around inside me...
Baldrick, why would anyone wish to poke around inside?
They might find me interesting.
Baldrick, I find the Great Northern and Metropolitan Sewage System interesting. But that doesn't mean that I want to put on some rubber gloves and pull things out of it with a pair of tweezers.
Tell you what, sir, you might have a chance to get to know that pretty nurse.
No, thank you, Baldrick. She's as wet as a fish's wet bits. I'd rather get to know you.
I'm not available, sir. I'm waiting for Miss Wright to come along and gather me up in her arms.
Yes, I wouldn't be too hopeful. We'd have to get her arms out of a straitjacket first. Now get packing.
So very interesting. Please do continue, old bean.
Right, well, then I go on to say, the orders came through for us to advance at 0800 hours in a pincer movement.
Gosh, how exciting.
Yeah, well...
Afternoon, George.
Oh, hello, Cap.
Ah, Captain, I hope you're going to conduct yourself with a little more decorum this time.
No, I'm going to conduct myself with no decorum. Shove off.
Jawohl, Herr Kapitän, jawohl.
So, Cap, what's going on?
Well, there's a German spy in the hospital, and it's my job to find him.
Well, snakes alive, exciting stuff, eh? Wait a minute, I think I might have a plan already.
What is it?
Well, have a look through the list of patients and see if there's anyone here whose name begins with Vom. Well, it's almost bound to be a bloke.
I think we may find that he's using a false name, actually, George.
Oh, crikey, well, that's hardly fair now, is it?
I, too, have a cunning plan to catch the spy.
Do you, Baldrick, do you?
You go round the hospital and you ask everyone, are you a German spy?
Yes, I must say, Baldrick, I appreciate your involvement on the creative side.
If it was me, I'd own up.
Of course you would, but sadly the enemy have not added to the German army entrance form the requirement must have intellectual capacity of a boiled potato. Now, Baldrick, see that man over there?
Yeah?
I want you to stick to him like a limpet. Make sure he doesn't leave the hospital.
Yes, sir.
Hello, darling, what are you doing here?
Bullet in the foot.
Well, I can understand people up the front trying to shoot themselves in the foot, but when you're 35 miles behind the line...
I did not shoot myself. The General did it.
Finally got fed up with you, did he?
No, it was a mistake.
Oh, he was aiming for your head.
He wasn't aiming for anything.
Oh, so he was going for between your legs, then?
Very funny, Blackadder. You'll be laughing on the other side of your face if you don't find this spy.
Don't you worry, darling. I intend to start interviewing suspects immediately.
This is completely ridiculous, Blackadder. You can't suspect me. I've only just arrived.
The first rule of counter-espionage, darling, is to suspect everyone. Believe me, I shall be asking myself some pretty searching questions later on. Now, tell me, what is the colour of the Queen of England's favourite hat?
How the hell shall I know?
I see. Well, let me ask you another question. What is the name of the German head of state?
Well, Kaiser Wilhelm, obviously.
So you're on first-name terms with a Kaiser, are you?
What did you expect me to say?
Darling, shh. Cigarette?
Thank you.
All right, you stinking piece of crap. Take your cake, old sonny. I know you. Tell me, fun darling, what was it finally won you over, eh? Was it the pumpernickel, or was it the thought of hanging around with big men in leather shorts?
I'll have you court-martialed for this, Blackadder!
What, for obeying the general's orders? That may be what you do in Munich, or should I say München, but not here, Werner. You're a filthy Hun spy, aren't you? Baldric the Cocker Spaniel, please?
No, wait! No, look, I'm English! I was born in Croydon. I was educated at Impending Primary School. I've got a girlfriend called Doris. I know the words to all 3 verses of God Save the King.
4 verses?
4 verses! I meant 4 verses! Look, I'm as British as Queen Victoria!
So your father's German, you're half German, and you married a German?
No, for God's sake, I'm not a German spy!
Good, thanks very much. Send to the next man.
What is all this noise about? Don't you realise this is a hospital?
You'll regret this, Blackadder. You better find a real spy or I'll make it very hard for you.
Please, darling, there are ladies present.
Well, Captain Blackadder. This is an unexpected pleasure.
What?
Nice to have you back with us. A spy catcher, eh? Ha! That silly kid George was right. You are a bally hero.
Wait a minute. I thought you liked George.
That's just my bedside manner. What I call my fluffy bunny act.
So, you're not a drip after all.
Oh, no. So, Mr. Spycatcher, how's it going?
Well, not much luck so far. I think he might be as difficult to find as a piece of hay in a massive stack full of needles.
So you're going to be around for quite a while, then?
Looks like it.
Good. Because, it can get pretty lonely around here, you know. God, it's nice to have someone healthy to talk to. Cigarette?
No, thank you. I only smoke cigarettes after making love. So back in England, I'm a 20-a-day man.
A man should smoke. It acts as an expectorant and gives his voice a deep, gravelly, masculine tone.
God, I love nurses. They're so disgustingly clinical.
Tell me, Captain Blackadder.
Edmund.
Edmund. When this war is over, do you think we might get to know each other a little better?
Yes, why not? When this madness is finished, perhaps we could go cycling together. Take a trip down to the old Swan at Henley and go for a walk in the woods.
Yes. Or we could just do it right now on the desk.
Yeah, okay.
Baldric, have you seen Nurse Mary? I need someone to post this letter.
She's in her office with the captain, sir.
Poor girl. Tied to her desk day and night. Cap, I hear you've been seeing a lot of Nurse Mary.
Yes, almost all of her, in fact.
How is she, sir?
Unbelievable.
What I really want to know is, are you any closer to finding the spy?
Yes, I think I'm getting there, George. Everything all right, Smith?
Oh, yeah, excellent.
Very good.
Smithy, you haven't seen any suspicious-looking characters hanging around, have you, who might be German spies?
9.
9? Well, Cap's got his work cut out, then.
Tell me, Edmund, do you have someone special in your life?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Who?
Me.
No, I mean, someone you love and cherish and want to keep safe from all the horror and the hurt.
Still me, really.
No, but back home in England, there must be someone waiting. Some sweetheart.
Oh, a girl? Yeah. I've always been a soldier, married to the army. The Book of King's Regulations is my mistress. Possibly with a Harrods lingerie catalogue discreetly tucked between the pages.
And no casual girlfriends?
Skirt? Ha! If only. When I joined up, we were still fighting colonial wars. If you saw someone in a skirt, you shot him and nicked his country. What about you? Have you got a man? Some fine fellow in an English country village? A vicar, maybe? Quiet, gentle, hung like a baboon.
There was a man I cared for a little. Wonderful chap. Strong, athletic.
What happened to him?
He bought it.
I'm so sorry, I didn't realise that was the arrangement. So what's it been? 12 nights, and let's say 9 afternoons. How much is... Oh, and a couple of mornings.
I mean, he died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was test driving one of those new tank contraptions and the bloody thing blew up. What a waste. God, I hope they've scrapped the lot.
Fat chance. They're going to use 40 of them next week at... Oh, sorry, I mustn't talk about that. You never know who might be listening.
No, of course. Oh, God, I miss him so much. He was such a wonderful chap.
Clever, too, actually.
Oh, brilliant.
Went to one of the great universities, I suppose. Oxford, Cambridge, Hull.
But why are we making small talk when we could be making big love?
Good point. This could be our last chance. My 3 weeks are up. I'm going back to Staff HQ tomorrow. Look, why don't you come with me? It could be fun. We could have supper or something.
How about something first, then supper?
Good idea.
Hello, Blackadder.
Good morning, sir. May I introduce Nurse Fletcher Brown? She's been very supportive during my work at the hospital.
How do you do, young lady? Sit down. So, any news of the spy, Blackadder?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. The Germans seem to know every move we make. I had a letter from Jerry yesterday. It said, "Isn't it about time you changed your shirts, walrus face?" Do you have any ideas who it might be, young lady?
Well, sir, I'm only a humbled nurse, but I did at one point think it might be Captain Darling.
Well, bugger me with a fish fork. Oh, darling, a Jerry Morse tapper? What on earth made you suspect him?
Well, sir, he pooh-poohed the captain here and said he'd never find the spy.
Is this true, Blackadder? Did Captain Darling pooh-pooh you?
Well, perhaps a little.
Well, then, damn it all, what more evidence do you need? The pooh-poohing alone is a court-martial offence.
I can assure you, sir, that the poo-poohing was purely circumstantial.
Well, I hope so, Blackadder. You know, if there's one thing I've learned from being in the army, it's never ignore a poo-poo. I knew a major got poo-pooed, made the mistake of ignoring the poo-poo. He poo-pooed it. Fatal error. Because it turned out all along that the soldier who'd poo-pooed him had been poo-pooing a lot of other officers who'd poo-pooed their poo-poos. In the end, we had to disband the regiment. Morale totally destroyed. By poo-poo.
Yes, I think we may be drifting slightly from the point here, sir, which is that, unfortunately, and to my lasting regret, Captain Darling is not the spy.
Oh, and then who the hell is?
Well, sir, there is a man in the hospital with a pronounced limp and a very strong German accent. It must be him. It's obvious.
Obvious, but wrong. It's not him.
And why not?
Because, sir, not even the Germans would be stupid enough to field a spy with a strong German accent.
Well, then who is it?
Well, it's perfectly simple. It's you.
Edmund!
Baldrick, explain yourself, Blackadder, before I have you shot for being rude to a lady.
Well, sir, the first seeds of suspicion were sown when Lieutenant George unwittingly revealed that she spoke German. Do you deny, Nurse Fletcher Brown, or should I say, Nurse Fleischerbaum, that you helped Lieutenant George with the German words in his letters?
No, I didn't.
My suspicions were confirmed when she probed me expertly about tank movements.
Oh, Edmund, how could you, after all we've been through?
And then the final irrefutable proof. Remember you mentioned a clever boyfriend?
Yes.
I then leapt on the opportunity to test you. I asked if he'd been to one of the great universities, Oxford, Cambridge, or Hull.
Well?
You failed to spot that only 2 of those are great universities.
Swine!
That's right. Oxford's a complete dump.
Well, quite. No true Englishwoman could have fallen into that trap.
Oh, Edmund, I thought there was something beautiful between us. I thought you loved me.
Nah. Take it away, boy.
Good work, Blackadder. I'd better go and assemble a firing squad. What's up, sir? Darling, what on earth do you think you're doing?
I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing, sir. I'm doing what Blackadder should have done 3 weeks ago, sir.
What?
This is the guilty man.
Darling, you're hysterical.
No, sir. No, I'm not, sir. I'll ask him outright. Are you a spy?
Yes, I am a spy.
You see, sir?
Well, of course he's a spy, darling. A British spy. This is Brigadier Sir Bernard Proudfoot Smith, the finest spy in the British Army.
But he can't be, sir. He doesn't even sound British.
Unfortunately, I've been working undercover in Germany for so long that I have picked up a teensy-weensy bit of an accent.
This, darling, is the man who told us that there was a German spy in the hospital in the first place. Right. That's that then. Blackadder?
Yes, sir.
You are now head of Operation Winkle.
Thank you, sir.
Darling?
Yes, sir.
You are a complete arse.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Bernard. Let's go and watch the firing squad.
Jawohl, mein General.
Sir, what the devil is going on? I've just seen Nurse Mary being led away to a firing squad.
Nurse Mary is the spy, George.
What? Impossible.
Afraid so.
Well, cover me with eggs and flour and bake me for 40 minutes. Who'd have thought it, eh? Nurse Mary, a Bosch nose poker in her. Oh, well, lots of exciting stuff to put in my next letter to my Uncle Herman in Munich.
Sorry?
Those letters I've been writing in hospital to my German uncle.
New information, Blackadder?
George.
Oh, yeah, well, I know there's a war on, but family is family, and old Uncle Hermie does so love to be kept abreast of what's going on. I even wrote and told him about old walrus-faced Melchett and his smelly old shirts.
Would you like me to tell this one to General Blackadder? Or would you enjoy that very special moment?
For a smoke, sir?
No, thank you. I'm
Private?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Blast all this hanging about, sir. I'm as bored as a pacifist pistol. When are we going to see some action?
Well, George, I strongly suspect that your long wait for certain death is nearly at an end. Surely you must have noticed something in the air?
Well, yes, of course, but I thought that was Private Baldrick.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, soon we will at last be making the final big push. That one we've been so looking forward to all these years.
Well, hurrah with highly polished brass knobs on. About time.
Hello, the Somme public baths. No running, shouting, or piddling in the shallow end. Captain Darling. Tomorrow at dawn. Oh, excellent. See you later, then. Bye. Gentlemen, our long wait is nearly at an end. Tomorrow morning, General Insanity Melchett invites you to a mass slaughter. We're going over the top.
Well, huzzah and hurrah! God save the King, rule Britannia, and boo sucks to Harry Hunn.
Or, to put it more precisely, you're going over the top, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, no, come. It may be a bit risky, but it sure was bloomin' hell worth it, Governor.
How can it possibly be worth it? We've been sitting here since Christmas 1914, during which millions of men have died, and we've advanced no further than an asthmatic ant with some heavy shopping.
But this time I'm absolutely positive we'll break through. It's ice cream in Berlin in 15 days.
Or ice cold in no man's land in 15 seconds. Now, the time has come to get out of this madness once and for all.
What madness is that?
Well, for God's sake, George, how long have you been in the army?
Well, me? Oh, I joined up straight away, sir. August the 4th, 1914. Oh, what a day that was. Myself and the rest of the fellows leapfrogging down to the Cambridge recruiting office and then playing tiddlywinks in the queue. We'd hammered Oxford's tiddlywinkers only the week before, and there we were, off to hammer the Boche. Crashingly superb bunch of blokes. Fine, clean-limbed. Even Arachne had a strange nobility about it.
Yes, and how are all the boys now?
Oh, well, Jocko and the Badger bought it at the first Ypres, unfortunately. Quite a shock, that. I remember Bumfluff's housemaster wrote and told me that Sticky'd been out for a duck, and the Gubber had snitched a parcel sausage end and gone goose over Stump's frog side.
Meaning?
I don't know, sir, but I read in the Times that they'd both been killed.
And Bumfluff himself?
Copped a packet at Gallipoli with the Aussies. So did Drippy and Strangely Brown. I remember we heard on the first morning of the Somme when Titch and Mr. Floppy got gassed back to Blighty.
Which leaves?
Gosh, yes, I suppose I'm the only one of the Trinity Tiddlers still alive. Lummy, there's a thought, and not a jolly one.
My point exactly, George.
A chap might get a bit miz if it wasn't for the thought of going over the top tomorrow. Right, sir, permission to get weaving.
Permission granted.
Thank you, sir.
Bulwark.
Captain B.
This is a crisis. A large crisis. In fact, if you've got a moment, it's a 12-story crisis with a magnificent entrance hall, carpeting throughout, 24-hour porterage, and an enormous sign on the roof saying, "This is a large crisis." And a large crisis requires a large plan. Get me 2 pencils and a pair of underpants. Right, Bulwark. This is an old trick I picked up in the Sudan. We tell HQ that I've gone insane, and I will be invalided back to Blighty before you can say a wibble. A poor, gormless idiot.
Well, I'm a poor, gormless idiot, sir, and I've never been invalided back to Blighty.
Yes, Baldy, but you never said a wibble. Now, ask me some simple questions.
Right. What is your name?
Wibble.
What is 2 plus 2?
Oh, wibble, wibble.
Where do you live?
London?
Eh?
A small village on Mars, just outside the capital city. Wibble.
All the men present and correct, sir. Ready for the off, eh?
I'm afraid not, Lieutenant. I'm just off to Hartlepool to buy some exploding trousers.
Come again, sir. Have you gone barking mad?
Yes, George, I have. Cluck, cluck, gibber, gibber, my old man's a mushroom, etc. Go send a runner to tell General Melchett that your captain has gone insane and must return to England at once.
But, sir, how utterly ghastly for you. I mean, well, you'll miss the whole rest of the war.
Yes, very bad luck. Beep.
Right. Beep. Now, Baldrick, I'll be back as soon as I can.
Papa.
Whatever you do, don't excite him.
Fat chance. Now, all we have to do is wait. Baldrick, fix us some coffee, will you? And try to make it taste slightly less like mud this time.
Not easy, I'm afraid, Captain.
Why is this?
'Cause it is mud. We ran out of coffee 13 months ago.
So every time I've drunk your coffee since, I have in fact been drinking hot mud.
With sugar.
Which, of course, makes all the difference.
Well, it would do if we had any sugar, but unfortunately we ran out New Year's Eve 1915. Since when, I've been using sugar substitute.
Which is?
Dandruff.
Brilliant.
Still, I could add some milk this time. Well, saliva.
No, thank you, Baldrick. Call me Mr. Picky, but I think I'll cancel it.
That's probably because you're mad, sir.
Well, quite.
Well, I didn't go down at all well, I'm afraid, sir. Captain Darling said they'd be along directly, but, well, you better be pretty damn doolally.
Don't worry, George, I am. Okay. When they get here, I'll show them what totally and utterly bonkeroony means. What? Till then, we've got bugger all to do except sit and wait.
Well, I don't know, sir. We could We could have a jolly game of charades.
Oh, yes.
And sing-along of musical hits like Birmingham Bertie and Whoops, Mrs. Miggins, you're sitting on my artichokes.
Yes, I think bugger all might be rather more fun.
Permission to ask a question, sir?
Permission granted, Baldrick, as long as it isn't the one about where babies come from.
No. The thing is, the way I see it, these days there's a war on, right? And ages ago there wasn't a war on, right? So there must have been a moment when there not being a war on went away, right? And there being a war on came along. So, what I want to know is, how did we get from the one case of affairs to the other case of affairs?
Do you mean, how did the war start?
Yeah.
The war started because of the vile Hun and his villainous empire building.
George, the British Empire at present covers a quarter of the globe, while the German Empire consists of a small sausage factory in Tanganyika. I hardly think that we can be entirely absolved from blame on the imperialistic front.
No, sir, absolutely not. Mad as a bicycle.
I heard that it started when a bloke called Archie Duke shot an ostrich because he was hungry.
I think you mean it started when the Archduke of Austro-Hungary got shot.
No, there was definitely an ostrich involved.
Well, possibly. But the real reason for the whole thing was that it was just too much effort not to have a war.
Oh, by gum, this is interesting. I always loved history. The Battle of Hastings, Henry VIII and his 6 knives, all that.
You see, Baldrick, in order to prevent war in Europe, 2 superblocks developed. Us, the French and the Russians on one side, and the Germans and Austro-Hungary on the other. The idea was to have 2 vast opposing armies, each acting as the other's deterrent. That way, there could never be a war.
But this is a sort of a war, isn't it, sir?
Yes, that's right. You see, there was a tiny flaw in the plan.
What was that, sir?
It was bollocks.
So the poor old ostrich died for nothing.
Right, they're here. Baldrick, you keep him warm. I'll go and prepare the ground. So,
George, how's the patient?
Well, it's touch and go, I'm afraid, sir. I really can't vouch for his behaviour. He's gone mad, you see. Stir-fry crazy.
Is he? Is this genuinely mad?
Oh, yes, sir.
Or has he simply put his underpants on his head and stuffed a couple of pencils on his head? That's what they all used to do in the Sudan. I remember I once had to shoot a whole platoon for trying that. Well, let's have a look at him.
And the other thing they used to do in the Sudan was to get dressed up like this and pretend to be mad. But don't let me catch you trying that one, Baldrick, or I'll have you shot, all right? Dismissed. Oh, hello, sir. Didn't hear you come in.
Oh, now, Blackadder, they tell me you've gone mad.
No, sir. No, must be a breakdown of communication. Someone obviously heard I was mad with excitement, waiting for the off.
There you are, you see, darling. I told you there'd be a perfectly rational explanation. Right, George, have your chaps fall in.
Very good, sir.
Well, it's rather odd, sir. The message was very clear. Captain Blackadder gone totally tonto. Brings straitjacket for immediate return to Blighton.
Don't be ridiculous, darling. The hero of Umboto Gorge, mad? You've only got to look at him to see he's as sane as I am. Mad!
Would that be the Umboto Gorge where we massacred the peace-loving pygmies of the Upper Volta and stole all their fruit?
No, a totally different Umboto Gorge.
No.
Cup of coffee, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Baldrick, do the honours.
Sir, sugar, sir?
3 lumps.
Think you can manage 3 lumps, Baldrick?
I'll rummage round, see what I can find, sir.
Make it a milky one.
Well, George, you must have been delighted to hear the news of the big push.
Absolutely, sir. Our chance to show the Hun that it takes more than a pointy hat and bad breath to defeat the armies of King George.
That's the spirit.
Here you are, sir.
Ah, cappuccino. Have you got any of that brown stuff you sprinkle on the top?
Well, I'm sure I could...
No.
Oh.
body of men you've got out there, Blackadder.
Yes, sir. Shortly to become fine bodies of men.
Nonsense, you'll pull through. I remember when we played the old Harrovians back in '96, they said we'd never break through to their back line, but we ducked and we bobbed and we wove and we damn well won the game 15-4.
Yes, sir, but the Harrow fullback wasn't armed with a heavy machine gun.
No, that's a good point. Make a note, darling.
Sir.
Recommendation for the Harrow governors. Heavy machine guns for fullbacks. Nice idea, Blackadder. Now then, soldier. You looking forward to giving those Frenchies a damn good licking?
No, sir. It's the Germans we should be licking, sir.
Don't be revolting, darling. I wouldn't lick a German if he was glazed in honey. Now then, soldier. You love your country?
Certainly do, sir.
Do you love your king?
Certainly don't, sir.
And why not?
My mother told me never to trust men with beards, sir.
Excellent native Cockney wit. Well, best of luck to you all. Sorry I can't be with you, but obviously there's no place at the front for an old general with a dicky heart and a wooden bladder. By the way, George, if you want to accompany me back to HQ and watch the results as they come in, I think I can guarantee a place in the car.
Oh, no, thank you, sir. I wouldn't miss this show for anything. I'm as excited as a very excited person who's got a special reason to be excited, sir.
Excellent. Well, chuff chuff then. See you all in Berlin for coffee and cakes.
Well, I'm glad you're not barking anymore.
Well, thank you, George. Although quite clearly you are. You were offered a way out and you didn't take it.
Oh, absolutely not, sir. No, I can't wait to get stuck into the Bosch.
You won't have time to get stuck into the Bosch. We'll all be cut to pieces by machine gun fire before we can say charge.
Right, so what do we do now?
Shall I do my war poem?
How hurt would you be if I gave the honest answer, which is, no, I'd rather French kiss a skunk.
So would I, sir.
All right, fire away, Baldrick.
Hear the words I sing. War's a horrid thing. So I sing, sing, sing. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Bravo! Yes!
Yes. Well, it started badly, and it tailed off a little in the middle, and the less said about the end, the better. But apart from that, excellent.
Oh, shall I do another one then, sir?
No, we wouldn't want to exhaust you.
No, don't worry, I could go on all night.
Not with a bayonet through your neck, you couldn't.
This one is called The German Guns.
Oh, spiffing! Yes, let's hear that.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
How did you guess, sir?
Say, sir, that is spooky.
I'm sorry, I think I've got to get out of here.
Well, I have a cunning plan, sir.
All right, Baldrick, for old time's sake.
Well, you phone Field Marshal Haig, sir, and you ask him to get you out of here.
Baldrick, even by your standards, it's pathetic. I've only ever met Field Marshal Haig once. It was 20 years ago. And my God, you've got it. You've got it. Mwah!
Well, if I've got it, you got it too, no?
I can't believe I've been so stupid. One phone call will do it. One phone call, and I'll be free. Let's see, it's 3:30 a.m. I'll call about 5:45. Excellent, excellent. Well, I'll get packing.
You know, I won't half miss you chaps after the war.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. I'll come visit you.
Oh, will you really? Oh, bravo, yes. Jump into the old jalopy and come down and stay in the country. We can relive the old times.
What, dig a hole in the garden, fill it with water, and get your gamekeeper to shoot at us all day?
Oh, that's the thing I don't really understand about you, Captain. You know, I mean, you're a professional soldier, and yet sometimes you sound as if you very well haven't enjoyed soldiering at all.
Well, you see, George, I did like it. Back in the old days, when the prerequisite of a British campaign was that the enemy should, under no circumstances, carry guns. Even spears made us think twice. The kind of people we liked to fight were 2 feet tall and armed with dry grass.
Oh, now, come off it, sir. What about Mboto Gorge, for heaven's sake?
Yes, that was a bit of a nasty one. 10,000 Watusi warriors, armed to the teeth with kiwi fruit and guava hearts. After the battle, instead of taking prisoners, we simply made a huge fruit salad. Now, when I joined up, I never imagined anything as awful as this war.
I'd had 15 years of military experience, perfecting the art of ordering a pink gin and saying, "Do you do it doggy-doggy" in Swahili? And then suddenly, 4.5 million heavily armed Germans hove into view. It was a shock, I can tell you.
I thought it was going to be such fun, too. We all did. Joining the local regiment and everything. The Turnip Street Workhouse Pals was great. I'll never forget it. It was the first time I ever felt really popular. Everyone was cheering, throwing flowers. Some girl even come up and kissed me.
Poor woman. First casualty of the war.
And I loved the training. All we had to do was bayonet sacks full of straw. Even I could do that. I remember saying to my mum, "These sacks will be easy to outwit in a battle situation." And then, shortly after, we all met up, didn't we? Just before Christmas, 1914.
Yes, that's right. I've just arrived and we had that wonderful Christmas truce. Do you remember, sir? We could hear Silent Night drifting across the still, clear air of no man's land. And then they came, the Germans, emerging out of the freezing night mist, calling to us. And we clambered up over the top and went to meet them.
Both sides advanced more during one Christmas piss-up than they managed in the next 2.5 years of war.
Do you remember the football match?
Remember it? How could I forget it? I was never offside. I could not believe that
And since then, we've been stuck here for 3 flipping years. We haven't moved. All my friends are dead. My pet spider, Sammy. Katie the worm. Bertie the bird. Everyone except Neville the fat hamster.
I'm afraid Neville bought it too, boy. I'm sorry.
Neville gone, sir?
Actually, not quite gone. He's in the corner, banging up the sink.
Oh, no! It didn't have to happen, sir. If it wasn't for this terrible war, Neville would still be here today, sniffling his little nose and going eek.
On the other hand, if he hadn't died, I wouldn't have been able to insert a curtain rod in his bottom and use him as a dish mop.
Why can't we just stop, sir? Why can't we just say, "No more killing, let's all go home"? Why would it be stupid just to pack it in, sir? Why?
No, look here. You just stop that Conchi talk right now, Private. It's absurd, it's Bolshevism, and it wouldn't work anyway.
Why not, sir?
Why not? What do you mean? Why wouldn't it work? It wouldn't work, but it wouldn't work because... Now, you just get on with polishing those boots, all right? And let's have a bit less of that lip. I think I managed to crush the mutiny there, sir. Yes, I think so. In just a few hours, we'll be off. No, of course, not that I won't miss all this, sir, but... we've had some good times. We've had some damnably good laughs, eh?
Yes, can't think of any specific ones.
Darling.
Sir!
No, sit. Can't sleep either, eh?
No, sir. Thinking about the push, sir. Hoping the Boche will forget to set their alarm clocks, oversleep, and still be in their pyjamas when our boys turn up.
Yes. I've been thinking too, darling.
Sir?
You know, over these last few years, I've come to think of you as a sort of son. Not a favourite son, of course. Lord, no. More a sort of illegitimate backstairs sort of sprog, you know. A sort of spotty squid that nobody really likes. But nonetheless, still fruit of my overactive loins.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to do what's best for you, darling. So I've given it a great deal of thought. And I want you to have this.
A postal order for 10 shillings.
Oh, no, sorry. That's my godson's wedding present. Here.
No, sir. This is a commission for the front lines.
Yes. I've been awfully selfish, darling, keeping you back here instead of letting you join in the fun game. This will let you get to the front line immediately.
But, sir, I don't want to.
To leave me? I appreciate that, darling. But damn it, I'll just have to enter Berlin without someone to carry my feathery hat.
No, sir, I don't want to go into battle.
Without me? I know. But I'm too old, darling. I'm just going to have to sit this one out on the touchline with the half-time oranges and the fat, wheezy boys with a note from matron. While you young bloods link arms and go together for the glorious final scrum down.
No, sir. You're not listening, sir. I'm begging you, please, for the sake of all the times I've helped you with your dicky bows and your dicky bladder, please, don't make
you go through the farewell debagging ceremony in the mess. No, I've spared you that too, you touchingly sentimental young booby. Look, no fuss, no bother. The driver is already here. No, not a word, Kevin. I know what you want to say. I know. Goodbye, Kevin, darling.
Goodbye, sir.
It stopped raining at last, sir, begging your pardon. Looks like we might have a nice day for it.
Yes, it's nearly morning.
Good Lord. So it is. Right. Time to make my call. Hello? Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig, please. Yes, it's urgent.
Haig?
Hello, Sir Douglas.
Who is this?
Captain Blackadder, sir. Erstwhile of the 1945th East African Rifles.
Good Lord, Blackie.
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen you since...
92, sir. Umboto Gorge.
By jingo, yes. Yeah, we sure gave those pygmies a good squashing.
We certainly did, sir. And you remember...
My God, yes. You saved my damn life that day, Blackie. If it weren't for you, that pygmy woman with the sharpened mango could have seriously...
Well, exactly. And do you remember then that you said that if I was ever in real trouble, if I ever really needed a favour, then I was to call you, and you'd do everything you could to help me?
Yes, I do. And I stick by it. You know me, not a man to change my mind.
No, we've noticed that.
So, what do you want? Spit it out, man.
Well, you see, sir... It's the big push today, and I'm not all that keen to go over the top.
Oh, I see. Well...
It was a viciously sharp slice of mango, wasn't it, sir?
Well, this is most irregular, but, all right, if I do fix it for you, I never want to hear from you again. Is that clear?
Suits me, Dougie.
Very well. Listen carefully, Blackadder. I won't repeat this. Put your underpants on your head and stick 2 pencils up your nose. They'll think you're crazy and send you home. Right, favour returned.
I think the phrase rhymes with clucking bell.
We'll be going over the top now, sir.
Field Marshal.
Well, not quite, Blackadder. At least not yet. No, I just wanted to let you know that I've sent a little surprise over for you.
Sir.
Captain Darling.
Captain Blackadder?
Here to join us for the last waltz?
Yes. Tired of folding the General's pyjamas.
Well, this is splendid comradely news. Together we'll fight for king and country and be sucking sausages in Berlin by tea time.
Yes, I hope their cafes are well stocked. Everyone seems determined to eat out the moment they arrive.
Really, this is brave, splendid and noble. Sir?
Yes, Lieutenant?
I'm scared, sir.
I'm scared too, sir.
I mean, I'm the last of the tiddly-winking leapfroggers from the golden summer of 1914. I don't want to die. Really, not over keen on dying at all, sir.
How are you feeling, darling?
Not all that good, Blackadder. Rather hoped I'd get through the whole show. Go back to work at Pratt & Sons. Keep wicket for the Croydon gentleman. Married Doris. Made a note in my diary on the way here. Simply says, bugger. Well, quite.
Come on, let's move.
6 bayonets!
Don't forget your stick, Lieutenant.
Right there, sir. Wouldn't want to face a machine gun without this.
Listen. Our guns have stopped.
You don't think...
Maybe the war's over. Maybe it's peace.
Oh, hurrah! The big knobs have got round the table and yanked the iron out of the fire.
Thank God. We lived through it. The Great War, 1914 to 1917.
Hip, hip, hooray!
I'm afraid not. The guns have stopped because we're about to attack. Not even our generals are mad enough to shell their own men. They think it's far more sporting to let the Germans do it.
So we are, in fact, going over. This is, as they say, it.
I'm afraid so. Unless I can think of something very quickly.
Company, 1 pace forward.
Oh, there's a nasty splinter on that ladder, sir. A bloke could hurt himself on that.
Stand ready.
I have a plan, sir.
Really, Borwick? A cunning and subtle one?
Yes, sir.
As cunning as a fox who's just been appointed Professor of Cunning at Oxford University?
Yes, sir.
On the signal, company will advance.
Well, I'm afraid it'll have to wait. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was better than my plan to get out of this by pretending to be mad. I mean, who would have noticed another madman around here? Good luck, everyone.
Some good times. We've had some damnably good laughs, eh?
Oh, it was going to be such fun.
But, I don't want to.